Hello. Hi, everybody. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a place where we roll dice, we tell stories, and we create magic. We are here with the lovely crew, minus Jess. Jess, we miss you. We mix you and we miss you. I don't know. Jess, I think, is at PAX Unplugged right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Probably talking up this channel like crazy, I bet. I'm saying that now so that she can feel guilty about
She's
not
going
doing that.
to the Daggerheart thing. We have a potential for free promo, Jess.
That's right.
Come on.
Look, I'm just saying that I know we just started, but we need to continue and finish this whole Cybertruck thing because I just don't see you in one. I just don't.
I like the shape. I like the shape a lot. I think it's,
a lot of
it's-
straight lines.
it's conducive to how I feel on a business level and a personal level.
That's fine.
Fragile and ready to break down at every second.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Don't say it
We're
so
going
loud. Damn. Okay.
Anyways, for those that are wondering what the hell this is, hi, we're a D&D live stream that runs every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and also Friday, obviously. Living, existing, breathing, for those that do, in the same homebrew world, the wonderful, beautiful world of Astera. So if this is your first, second, third, or umpteenth time watching, welcome. What's up? Cybertrucks, into them. Before we begin tonight, just a reminder for those that may have forgotten. If you're wanting to support the channel, the best way to do so is to like and subscribe where you are watching this, whether that is on YouTube or Twitch. Did I forget to have you guys wave? Yep.
Sure.
I sure did.
Ding the bell.
I sure did. Do the thing. But for Unearthed Arcanum, they'll do a trick if you do it. The first person that hits the like, someone hit a like, someone hit a like somewhere. Someone hit a like. Oh, you did it. Great. Awesome. Everybody do you take a look at your camera, wave, and say hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
What a freaking mess. Yeah. How do I get back into this? You can also check out our Instagram and TikTok down below. Kiki's so mad at me right now. Instagram and TikTok down below at It's a Long Story _TTRPG, where we have some of the clips and tricks of some of our favorite moments playing this wonderful, beautiful, horrifyingly awesome game, which is D&D. So. And you can also like and follow there, and we'll all blow you a kiss. Mwah. There you go.
Mwah.
Mwah. Thank you, Evan. Evan give us the mwah.
Mwah.
Cool. So before we begin tonight, we do need to get a recap of where we left off with the UA. And I believe Clinton, it is your turn, so take it away.
I'm going to do the best I can. I rage closed my notes after Joe went on a long rant about he thought D&D would be better with Elon. So just bear with me. I believe we...
Come on.
Last session began, we had 3 concurrent stories going. We began with Kara and Aura walking back towards the royal grounds so that Aura could confront Sarah about the unknown child that he did not know he had, and is also no longer with us, either on this realm or at all. We don't know for sure yet. So the 2 of them went, there was a little bit of some intimidation and some persuasion from Kara in order to get him at least some way into the grounds, and then she was able to cast invisibility on him and then get him to our rooms. She then sent Sarah's handmaiden to go get Sarah and bring her to the room. When she arrived and saw Aura, she did not want to come in. She didn't want to face the conversation that was very surely going to happen. Kara said, "That's not your choice," and drug her into the room and stood in front of the door so that she couldn't leave. Aura and Sarah then had a very quick and heated conversation where Aura wanted to know why she never felt it was important to explain to him why they had a child and what had happened. And in of the conversation, Sarah really couldn't provide an answer that he liked, so he decided to leave and reminded her that he had the brooch that allowed him to gain access to the ball that was happening that night, and that they could continue the conversation in a much better environment. And then he was able to leave and head on back to the weapon shop, where Yori and Alistair had been spending the day working on the various parts for Yori's new arm. So some gears, some rods, some levers, some pulleys, and all those things to be put together later. While working on that, the Archduke, very much interested in the quality and craftsmanship of Yori's work, approached Alistair wanting to know that if he could borrow or use or employ his slave. Alistair informed him that in all reality, Alistair actually owed Yori, so if anybody was anybody's master, Yori was Alistair's. The Archduke, understanding the situation, completely dismissed Alistair and had a conversation with Yori about possibly coming to work under a business transaction with him for the sake of his craftsmanship, implying there was probably more to that, but we didn't really lean into that too much. Yori was Yori. We all love Yori. And decided that, yeah, sure, he'd think about it, but he was busy at the moment. Alistair then reminded the Archduke that while he may be next in line, everyone was in love with Sarah, and the Archduke reminded Alistair that being feared is just as easily puts you on a throne as being loved, and then left. Alistair and Yori then headed towards the library where our friends Io, Prim, and Gwen had been hanging out. They met a fantastic satyr whose name starts with a P, but I don't remember the rest of it. Anyone else want to jump in on that
Petra.
one? Petra, thank you. Petra, who is a lovable little satyr, who offered them new books, old books, and blank books, and the ability to browse or go find things themselves. Our wonderful companions, being as charismatic and great talkers as they are, just confused everyone. And in the process, Gwen, Io, and Prim were able to find some very important books. One about planar travel and various portals and ley lines, and the guardians that guard some of those, including a celestial dryad, which I'm just super excited to figure that out. And also a book that detailed a former Bright Warden who mysteriously left the post and became known as the Collector. The Collector being the same person that we believe... The owner. The Collector's from the Marvel universe. The owner, who we currently believe has Adalia, Prim's wife, which we also discovered Prim at some point with Adalia joined a Heaven's Gate / Branch Davidians type cult known as the Family, or at least that's the way it sounded to me. And after spending some time there, Adalia decided, hey, you know what? We're just going to get married, Prim. That's cool with you? And pretty much forced a scenario where the two of them got married with a name we have heard before, Cavish, marrying the two of them. And then Adalia was like, cool, we're married, and left. After they went to go save someone in Azamari. And Prim, feeling like, well, I guess I have to go save my wife now, has gone on that mission, and now we've got her. It was a very screwed up story. Hannah, great job. I love a great backstory like that. But yeah, and that's, we ended up with Kara standing outside, coming into the library, Prim heading back to the seamstress that she had hardcore been hitting on earlier, to explain that maybe she was being a little forward and didn't mean it, but to be honest with you, Clinton over here thinks Prim did mean it, and that's where we're at.
I just want to set healthy boundaries, okay?
You know what?
Whatever.
To know what your boundaries are first, you gotta go past it and realize I went too far and come back.
That is
right.
not healthy advice.
That's right.
The amount of
Elon said that.
the
right?
amount of people that have done that to me in real life is not.
Just saying.
Oh.
We're
No.
learning some Learning some hard truths about the world today. That's what we're doing.
We're learning something about the world.
Beautiful. Clinton, thank you so much. I very much appreciate it, as I assume everybody else does. Anything else we need to add, friends?
I think that was the best shorthand of the situation with Adelia and Prim I've ever heard. So
Yeah, solid. Having to reset a bunch of things as my computer did a huge update, and all the sounds are in different sounds where I'll hear them, which is good.
Thanks, Elon.
Thanks, Elon. Good lord.
Oh my god.
Fearless leader, my butt.
we're doing great tonight.
My heart hurts. My heart hurts, guys.
Just your heart.
Just my heart. Just it. That's it. All right. Before we begin tonight, fuck you, Elon. Okay, here we go.
Nice.
All right.
Hey.
We are. You guys ready to play some TNT?
Please,
Let's
God.
do it.
Please. That's the answer I want. Please.
Yes.
Anything else? Honestly. Yeah. Let's do it. Cool. So we are coming into the village, the town, we'll call it, of Iabellon. We see the massive tree kind of gleaning off over the entire town, reaching out over as if embodying the concept of a mother caring for the ground, for the children below. As we come in closer to a kind of like a top-down view, we see a cluster of different looking characters. A green-skinned orcish woman moving quickly up a hill, and we see the sort of deep sort of auburn hair matched with a smaller figure that has very bright orange hair walking into this place. We also see, I think actually behind them is a very pale-skinned changeling with dark black hair. And hanging out in the library is our red-skinned tiefling and whatever Io is. No, just kidding. And the dark grayish, or sorry, excuse me, the light grayish blue skin of our otherworldly-like tiefling. You all are enjoying, well, or will be enjoying the day around the library. Everybody except for Prim. As you all kind of meet up in there, you see this small, slightly smaller. I'd say he's probably around like maybe 5'1", 5'2", little happy satyr that most of you know as Petra, and that is where we are leading off, coming in. So we'll say actually, Alistair, you guys are already here. Kara, you're kind of just walking in now.
I have a point of clarification because I already had a whole interaction with Petra where he went and he started looking for the books, and
I forgot that, Kiki.
Been introduced.
Well, I forgot that. So you're all here, but not Prim. Cool. So I think we'll come back into Petra just going just basically finishing off that conversation. Yeah. Okay. I will. I'll go look for those. All right. Anything else? Anything we need for? Are you the date guy? Kind of looks behind Kara at Alistair.
The date guy?
Yeah, the guy. You're the. Okay. Well, no, she's just reading right now. Okay, cool. I'll come back. My smaller statured friend. Anything that we should be getting for you?
What do you? Who are you?
I'm Petra. I am kind of like the librarian around here. I know a lot about these books and the things that they say in them.
You have books? 1 second. And Yori pulls out like a wadded up piece of paper and sort of unrolls it, or unfolds it, and do you have anything by Captain Drake Firewing, or about Captain Drake Firewing? I read a book about him, and he's really cool, and he goes on adventures, and is
that the
cool.
book that Gwen gave you?
Yeah, it's the book that Gwen gave me. Yeah. You don't think he's gonna have? Okay. What about?
It doesn't ring a bell right now, but I could, or I can't. It looks like Alistair. I can't look.
Okay. Then let's just go with. What about the Rune King? Do you have anything on the Rune King?
Look, he looks at Alistair again.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Yes, we do. We absolutely do. Of course.
Oh, and do you have any books about that, or what are the stars?
What are the stars?
I was just wondering. Do you know the points that light up in the sky?
Oh, you're not asking me. You're asking for a book that says
Well,
about the
there's
stars.
books on stars, or and then anything. If there's anything on, well, the Rune Kings might. If there's anything on runes as well as the Rune King, like Rune King, runes, rune. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Anything
it.
rune
I don't wanna-
related,
Yeah.
but not about Drake Firewing, because we can't provide you with that.
Oh, did someone already take that one out?
Yes, they did. They took it out of the library.
Okay, so then we
and
can
they
take
kept
books
it.
out of the library and keep
Yeah,
them.
and they kept well, they did, and that's the problem, because we're trying to kind of track them down. They're wanted for thievery, and when we get them, they're going to be so sorry.
Do you have
that
like
we
a
found them.
flyer or like a poster, like they do with the name, the face on it, and then
We have
'cause
so many flyers.
We do. All right. Well,
Yeah.
If you find one of those, you can you give that to me, and we'll find them.
Okay.
We killed Yex. I think we can handle some like a book thief.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's you guys. I think we could handle it. I mean, we can probably. Look at Alistair. Yeah. Go ahead.
That means the library has their own crack team of thief finders who go out and find book thieves and.
Yes, we do. Yep, they're all dragons. They're dragons.
Satyrs.
They're
Dragon
dragon
satyrs?
satyrs.
I'm putting that in my book. Oh, but that reminds me. Oh, do you have anything by? I guess I just know the name Snorri. I don't have any other. He writes books about. I think it's just about stuff that happens. Snorri books about stuff that happens.
Snorri, books about stuff that happen. Okay, that name doesn't ring a bell, but I'll take a look.
Okay, I don't want to overload you. I know this is probably a lot already, and that'd
Well,
be great. Anything like that.
It's totally fine. We're just we're really busy trying to hunt down the Drake fire golem person.
You're really taking this story to an unbelievable level at this point.
I don't even. Listen, sir. I ask your friend. He saw them, and he walks off.
Man, that was weird.
It sure was weird, and 100% true. Still though, like a dragon satyr, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, the thing is, you can hear them coming. The clop, clop, clop. It's just.
Oh, so they
they're not-
still have hooves.
They're
Yes.
the worst part of satyrs and the best part of dragons. Incredible. Okay, cool.
Is a dragon satyr? Is that what happens when a dragonborn and a satyr,
Nope, full dragon.
with goat hooves? Okay.
Well, satyr hooves. I mean, goat hooves are goat hooves, and satyr hooves are satyr hooves. They're not the satyr is not like a goat. It's not like someone put, that you like pig hooves or pig hooves. I'm gonna find a seat. I'm gonna sit down somewhere maybe, and hi everybody.
Did you guys get the work done you needed to at the blacksmith?
Yeah. Well, I did, but it was nice. I haven't worked in a forge in a while, it was. I miss it. It was good. And now we're going to a party, and we're going to dress up.
Yep. I'm very excited to see what you guys did for us. As I look at Io and Gwen.
Oh, don't worry. We got you picked out. In terms of color schemes, how do you like black and a little bit of indigo and a little smoky grayness?
Whatever works for me. I don't think I've worn a fancy dress ever. So.
Oh, well, you're gonna like it. And little man, we got you put dead to rights. You gonna really make a big impression with your little outfit. Well, your properly sized outfit.
It's fine. I get it. And cool. I trust Gwen to get me and you there, and I think Prim was there too. So I'm sure whatever. Did you have to like pick it up?
I think
It was
Prim's
like
going
on the
back.
Yeah, there's some extra alterations that after kind of talking through that we wanted to make sure was just gonna be perfect for y'all since y'all weren't there.
Cool. Well, it's been a while since I had anything but the armor and the kind of the cloak and other things that kind of y'all got me. So I guess, does it fit over the armor or do I have to take the armor off?
Oh shit, I'm trying to remember. I think the plan is without armor, but with the sleeve, I don't
It's fine.
know. We either way, I think you're gonna like it.
Cool.
If I follow Petra around as he's picking out these books, can I figure out his cataloging system?
What an Alistair thing to say. Roll me an roll me an investigation check.
$23. I feel like he organizes books by random things. All these books have red in the title. They go together.
Well, I will say, like, as you're kind of like trying to figure this out, he does see you. He does like kind of like spot you. Just, I think we're safe.
Yeah. I just prefer when he reads books like those, just tends to create more questions.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you organizing these books? This doesn't. I don't.
Oh. Well. So. I'm kind of in between organization things right now. I was actually categorizing them by weight, just because it felt like it was, something that I was able to, you don't have to look at it. You just like know, you're holding it in your hand. And you're like, oh, that is,
Yeah. So if somebody's like, I need the history of the world, it's in the heaviest section because it's a pretty big book versus.
Yeah. It's also very like likely, like in the stack of books, like, okay, so it weighs like kind of like this much. So most likely this one is in this one because of that, that kind of like 0.1 sort of thing to it. But I found, go ahead.
Well, sorry, this is fascinating to me, but how do you keep track of who checks out books and who looks at what books at all?
Well, not really, unless you're like part of the royal court. Like typically most people just like to kind of read in here. so we never have to really worry about that too much. Also, I can always just copy anything down into pamphlet stuff for them rather quickly.
Really?
It's one of my skills, yeah, along with being able to categorically know the weight of books. But did you know that like in some, like, there are things that like actually make books heavier and like over time?
Right. The more people that touch it, skin gets left on, dust adds to the weight. If it got dropped in water, absolutely. So when the royal court checks out book, listen, I feel like, they all did a great job with IX, and they're generally a great group of people. I just feel like I should do more to help the city, but I'm going to be at court this evening, and if there are any books that you are looking to get returned from them, I could get them for you if you just were to tell me the titles and who had them.
Oh, could you? Yeah, there's definitely some that we've been. I use the we a lot because it just makes it feel like it's more important than saying just I need them back.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and feel like more like a business.
Yeah,
not that I make any money at this. It's just it's just like a
passion,
kind of like a respect. Yeah, I guess passion. Yeah,
you get paid and feeling good about what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, that's important. The feeling good part. If you seem like such a busy individual, and I don't really want to bother you.
This is the busiest day I've had all year, but yeah, go ahead.
I can only imagine. Do you think a book about the rods of creation would be a heavy book, or I imagine, but I don't know anything really about them, so I would imagine it would be a heavy book, but it seems like a lot of people don't know a lot of things about it, so it could be a light book as well. Yeah.
So I've kind of switched back to like it being just alpha chronological. So alphabetical first, and then broken down into like chronologically when the book was made. After that. That
Seems tedious.
It's not my favorite. I think it's a good point. Yeah, I'm only to B.
So where we're from in Erisgar, we had Herbert Dewey, who was working on a system of numbers and decimals for books. You could try that.
Herbert Dewey. Is there any specific to the style of cataloging?
I wasn't really. I'm not gonna make it through this. I wasn't really a huge fan of it. I didn't understand the decimal part. He had this whole card catalog system that went along with it.
Yeah, it's hard to take anyone serious with the name Herbert Dewey. Just seems like kind of a silly, at least where I'm from, which is here. So
you're from Eabellum.
Well, no, I'm from the Feywild, I guess. We're all from, we're all from, yeah, I live here now. There was so a long time ago, there was a lot of us. And then,
satyrs.
Yeah. And we're still a lot, just not.
There also used to be a lot of you too.
There used to be a lot of us in a given concentrated area. And then I have the Drakewing book. Do you want to hide it?
Just gonna be honest with you. If you give it to anyone, that walked in here with me or as part of the group, you won't get it back. So just
Okay, all right, yeah, no, never mind. I do actually really like that series. Okay, what were we talking about?
are you use a lot of beautiful words, or did you go to school, or are you self-taught, or is that a satyr? I've never met another satyr.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I think it's, if I can remember right, I think I was just always sort of more into books and reading than most of the others. But I mean, not to say that they're dumb, because they're not. They were kind of smart in their own way. Some of them were smart with like tools and weapons, and then others were smart with magic.
This book has nothing written in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you want to read that one first?
Yeah, I'm gonna take that with me. But again, super busy. I can just go look for the books if you just point me in the right direction.
Yeah, they're well, most of the section's still kind of like categorized by weight, so you're gonna want to be like right around the like 2.325 to 2.327.
See, you are using decimals.
What?
Yeah. Just sorry. Last question. I do know you're busy, and then I'll let you go back to finding the books. Where do you keep the books that you don't want everybody to see?
roll me a persuasion check.
That's not half bad. 18.
18. Oh, we keep them behind the. Hey.
I got you. Almost.
That's funny.
So close.
I knew the whole time, so the beginning of that sentence was a misdirect.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, do you, this being a library, and I'm sure you know this, open flames, really bad.
Yeah, open water too, because the books get heavier.
And then you would have to re-catalog
Yeah.
it all again. The little red-haired fairy, the one that wanted the Drake Firewarden book?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is playing right now with flint and steel.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go handle that.
Great. I'm going to head the direction he pointed before he caught himself.
You got it. Yeah. Cool. So in that space, I will say, I'll say, do you spend enough time here to try to kind of like figure out the titles to each? 'Cause some of them might be in languages you don't know. Or do you grab like
you are more than welcome to go to somebody else. I'm going to stay there until he comes and finds me.
You got it. Cool. Yeah, so runs over to Yori. I assume doesn't find Yori playing with fire at all.
No, I don't think so. I mean, it's hard to do flint and steel with one arm. So, yeah, he's probably bothering other people who are trying to read.
Beautiful.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah. Easy Petra just kind of run up and just be, we'll say, Io, do you still have a book on you? You're looking at the book of portals, right?
Yes, I do, and I'm trying my best to make heads or tails of it, even though I do not read this language in the slightest.
Cool. So say you two are there just as you hear Petra. Hey, stop that!
Stop what? I mean, I was just asking him what he was reading. I mean, am I being too loud? I can be. I can.
No. No, sir. Sir, your feet are dripping. If you could cease.
Yeah. Sorry. That's what happens when you read certain
it's
books
okay.
that should not be read.
Are there like trees and stuff here?
And then he just kind of he's levitating the water on the way out. That's probably something he's continuously doing now.
We
He's
don't
feeling
have
a little
to-
embarrassed.
I mean, it's as natural. Like, there's trees all around and stuff. It's like kind of nature-y. Can't they use the water? It's not like he stepped on the books.
Yeah, no, I just it's kind of like it's not my rule, but now that I see it, it's really not that much. So you're good. You don't even have to worry about that. Just pretend I didn't come over to
No.
say
it's,
anything to you.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. Just don't read a book from the Great Other. It's this is one of the more benign side effects.
Oh, do you have any books like that?
Was that directed to me?
Yeah, I think he was asking you that if you have any other potentially cursed
The Great
books.
I was-
Wasn't there another? Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was totally lost in the rudeness of what I did. I'm sorry. What were you looking? What books were you looking for?
Books on the Great Other.
Great Other what?
Wait, but don't read them, right?
Well, he's asking about, and then as he's describing that, he's asking about this book here. You might not want to hold it. It's
I kind of want to hold it now.
Yeah.
it kind of has let's just say an addictive quality.
Okay.
And
You're not
you
convincing me to not.
Here's the thing: you seem like a really nice guy, and I don't want this to have
Satyr.
nice satyr. Yeah, I did just presume your gender. I apologize.
No, it's okay. It was just the. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, I'm willing to let you hope. Most of my friends have been all right when they've held it. I'm usually the one who's not super chill about it. Again, side effects. But do they? When y'all are studying the books that are potentially magical, do they teach you of any guarding yourself against any kind of dangers or anything?
So many of them.
All
Where
right.
would you file this book if you had to put it away?
I don't know. I haven't held it in my hands yet. I can't tell.
Okay.
You know what? What the hell?
But like books
Try it
that
out.
like might make your feet start leaking, I guess. not
I
Hey, it
really
might
go
be
to
good.
hand
It might be good for your hooves.
You go to hand over the book.
Yep, I do.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. Dang, that's not a bad roll in the slightest. That is an 18.
Okay. Beautiful. Awesome. I'll say with an 18, you're able to hand off the book, let it go, and you feel like this sort of sense of like, the book itself is, I'd say about, maybe it's a kind of a heavier sort of tome. So I'd say it's like right around like 5 to even 6 pounds as you're holding. You actually feel it like that weight sort of lift off of you, in a strange way, as if you were reminded of how much it weighed. Wow, cool.
And then as that's happening, he's tapping his foot and counting, because trying out new different ways to kind of self-soothe
Okay,
away
I
from
like it. He opens it up.
Yeah. So what do you think?
No response.
All right, I think it's time to take that back from you. And he forcefully telekinetically rips it from him if he can.
Give me an athletics check.
All right. Well, he's using telekinetics, so would that be like an athletics with mage hand, therefore like a charisma version of it, or what?
I'll give you a spell attack. That's fine.
All right. That is a 24.
Cool. 24 beats a 20. You wrench it out of his hands, and you see him. There's a moment where this very like calm, relaxed, jovial, happy sort of goes like full Bilbo as you pull it out of this. No!
Like I said, this thing is dangerous. Extraordinarily so.
I'm so sorry.
Nah, you're good. Honestly,
Well, now you know.
Yeah.
He said not to touch it.
Yeah,
I guess
nope,
there's
that's-
reasons. What did you read?
yeah, that actually is a very interesting question.
I don't. It's a name, Granlotla.
Holy shit, he gave you his name that quickly.
He gave me his name?
Well, how else did you get that name? Did you read it?
I think.
You think so? The name just came to you.
Do you often carry around cursed books around to different libraries? Is this a thing?
No,
Do you have any more?
no. This is the only one I've
Well,
stumbled
not
across.
you. I mean, the library. Like, does the library
Is
have
this
any
like a
cursed books?
are you like from a competing library that's trying to shut down my library?
No. My daddy ain't like that.
Well, how would I know? Because I feel like someone who'd be willing to do that would be willing to lie about it.
I guess that's true but that's true of like almost every situation like this, where you just have to trust that that's not the case, and you don't have any other evidence. So you gotta
And-
make a choice.
If it makes you feel any better, this is my first time plane hopping. So honestly, if we were in the business of making a competing library with you guys, I think it'd be really fucking hard.
Also, wouldn't he have just let you have the book if that was the case? Like, if you wanted to do harm, he probably would have just let you keep reading it.
Okay,
Instead, he saved you.
you're making excellent points. So do I owe you something now?
You owe me nothing. And in fact, I was kind of curious what
Until
someone
you need
not
to
a-
call upon me. Shit, I
No,
fell
no, no,
for
no,
it.
no. This is not
Guys,
some kind of. It's
We're
not.
gonna lose this library.
Nope, you're not gonna lose the library.
I'm
It's
gonna
not
have
a
to
deal.
travel.
What? It's just gonna like new ownership, so you'll still work here.
Yeah,
but
no, I
as
get
a
it.
menu-
Ownership. Yeah, no, it's okay. So I'm gonna have to. Do I get to keep the books, or
Yeah, Pete.
can I bring them
Pete,
with us?
Pete.
Where are
This
you
is
going?
still your library. Nobody's coming to take your library.
But I'm gone.
No, you're not gone. If anything, now you have a new story to tell. You got to hold a cursed book that.
So you
might
curse me
have-
with a story.
No. All you
that's cool.
have is. Shit, that is kind of interesting.
That's
All you
kinda cool,
have
actually.
is a cool story to tell. That's it.
That's the trick.
There is no trick. That's what I'm saying.
Then what's the trick?
There is no trick. I
There's
mean,
a
I know we're in the Feywild, so I know like you trick people just because that's what you do on a Tuesday when the sky is purple and the leaves turn to cats. But right here, right now, I was just showing you
That doesn't
something.
happen.
Wait, that does.
Mm.
Little man, is that true?
Well, you have the general theme. I think you got the right idea. Is that it's just
Yeah, cause there ain't no way you ain't telling me there's not somewhere in this motherfucking plane where cats just turn into leaves and then back into cats. Just
No, but
because.
you said that leaves turn into cats. That's not what happens. Cats turn into leaves, sure, all the time, but that's not. I have books I need to get. Am I allowed to get
Semantics.
them now?
Of course.
you're extra loud.
I'm gonna figure out what you did to me, and
It
I'm
wasn't
not gonna be able to
me.
do anything about it.
It wasn't me. It was the book. The book
You
is.
have to come to the ball, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm invited.
guess.
That's right. I'm invited.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, let me get those books because I feel like my brain's about to break.
Yeah, are you invited or are you compelled?
Looks at you, Yori. Oh my god.
Little man, stop messing
I'm
with
sorry.
him.
Just,
I'm
and then
sorry.
basically floats away at this point. fully lost in thought. There's a good chance you guys are gonna get totally different books now. Quinn just said, "Why are you trying to kill my new best friend?" Yeah,
It's fine. I'm sure it'll be, good for you for letting him. You let somebody borrow your book. We don't talk about your book a whole lot, and what that entails, but it's self-control. That's good.
Yeah. And honestly, I was kind of curious how someone who's not interacted with us in a library setting was curious what kind of effect it'd have on him, and myself. We gotta be ready for anything. So
Yeah, you got to kind of experiment.
mm-hmm.
Oh, speaking of, well, it's not really a good segue. Will you cut my hair?
Okay, what kind of look you going for?
Oh, you didn't see him. So there was a guy we met, and he had like bright red hair, and it was like, his was like just here-ish. Like, he shaved the sides off, I think. And then I was thinking maybe not quite as much as he did, but like just it looked cool, and he said I could pull it off, and I kind of want to change. So yeah, like shaved sides, I think. And then I'm not good at describing hairstyles. If I could just see him again, he might be at the ball because he got invited, but then he got a little upset. So but I'd like to do it before then, because I was like kind of thinking with the change in clothes that I kind of have a different look when we went.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. But when do you want it done? Before the ball, or
just sometime before the ball would be good if you had time. And if you don't have time, that's fine.
I got time for you, man. Come on. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if we step out of the library for half a tick, I'll help you right now.
can't leave. Told you it's a bad episode.
That's right.
I'm just kidding. You can totally leave.
Why don't we go inside one of the books?
At
I
this
think-
point.
I think Gwen was the only one who could do
You
that.
guys are having a lot of fun in the Feywild today. Beautiful. As this is going on, Alistair, you see Petra kind of like walk up to where you are in the like you're not supposed to be here in that section sort of thing. Just walks up, walks right next to you. Excuse me. Goes and grabs a book and then walks off. Yeah. Hi. Walks off. And puts a book in front of Kara. Just
Well, I was gonna say something, but I was waiting
go for it.
because I don't think she's at the table. She's never been in a library before.
this whole
She's
time.
probably just wandering around the stacks. She's never seen a library. Because if she was there, she would have done something. She wouldn't have let Io hand a book that he killed somebody over.
Okay, fair enough.
We undid it.
Yeah, it's we're gonna practice.
So you're saying that you're kind of like facing the other direction, maybe trying to figure out
didn't-
like the corner of the like books in the
No,
corner
I said
of
like
the room.
like wandering the stacks. Do you know what I mean by stacks? But the columns, the bookshelves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, so that's where you were.
She wouldn't have gone to the library in Dare's Wharf? I guess that was kind of a fancier section.
Yeah, it's pretty fancy.
No, you guys didn't take her, or well,
No, but you
nobody
lived
went.
there.
But I don't know.
For a long
Well,
time.
she wouldn't have gone to a library legally. I don't think there's any reason to rob a library.
Maybe, but yeah, it's niche.
No.
So yeah.
I mean,
Alistair would
the-
very much disagree with you on that one.
The only thing I will say is that Rashra Thusk did frequent there sometimes. So there's a possibility, but obviously, kind of categorizing your character to say that you just never met Rashra there.
When you said
So, yeah.
you've never been to a library, that was it. I didn't need to question that.
So just kind of like here. This is. Do you read Sylvan?
I can read Elvish.
Okay. This is in Sylvan. I can translate it for you. It's just gonna take a little bit.
What is it? Which one is it? I asked for a few, I know.
This book is, it's called The Shadows Crowned, The Rise of the Violet Queen. So it's about...
Yes, if you could get that translated, that'd be... Can you translate any language or just languages you know? Like, I don't know if you have a magical system that translates it for you. I don't know if you have a fake Google Translate.
I've never had trouble translating, but now I think I might be under the will and whimsy of someone else. So I guess I would have to ask permission.
You are
That
most
doesn't
likely totally
ask
free.
me.
Just yelling from across the room.
Yes.
That'll help him.
That doesn't
he says I
answer
can do
the
this.
question on your capability of translating into different languages.
Yeah. I've never not been able to read something.
Can you
That's...
translate it into Thieves' Cant?
Can you show me an example of what Thieves' Cant looks like?
Sure, I can. And I'll pull out a notebook or something. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, you don't have any notebooks. We wouldn't have any of those.
I don't know. We don't have that. I pull out a notebook and I nonsensically write in the notebook in Thieves' Cant.
Cool. You just write like a Thieves' Cant alphabet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Alistair, you got a Thieves' Cant alphabet coming through your
Oh, you're writing it in
sending
the
book.
like shared
That's
notebook?
the only book I have. That's the...
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait. No,
Beautiful.
because I don't want to write on any of the letters because my emotions might tamper with the emotions on the letters.
Sure.
Well, fair enough.
I think he just needs something to decode, basically.
Yeah.
So so they could be letters, but it would be a moment of like you're also giving your personal letters to.
Well, the only
Petra.
letters I have are like Emir's letters. That's what I was saying.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'd say this is an RP
Um,
moment too. There could be things of like you've kept from like the previous. Well, I don't know if you would.
Stolen a paper from Gwen's at some point.
Yeah.
Instead of wasting a page on the sending book for the Thieves'
Well,
Cant
it's not the whole
alphabet.
page, but I mean, at least somebody would have used it.
Yeah.
Because I want to give him the paper, and I don't want to tear a piece of paper out of the sending book.
Yeah.
So
and
I'm gonna.
I will say, just to further confuse this sort of thing, that the idea of actually writing in like a Thieves' Cant decoder in the shared book of what you all would have would give a like it might be a long process for to like decode messages and stuff, but might be useful for the group. I'm just opening that up as an option.
It might be useful for the group, yeah. It
I'm
might
not.
be harder
There's no
to hide
DM trick
things
here.
from the group.
I
Okay.
promise you. Yeah, there's no DM trick
Yeah,
here.
could
I
see
wouldn't
not
have
wanting
mentioned.
to-
All right, guys.
Is it a? But what kind of chair is it?
It's a long back chair.
Herbert Dewey would already know this. I'm just saying.
This is what we get with the bottle episode. You hand him something in Thieves' Cant. We'll determine what it is later. Yeah. Okay. All right. It's gonna take me like 20 minutes. You see the book is like this thick.
That works for me.
Okay. Cool.
Do I owe you something for that? Does it cost?
I don't
you
know. I don't
anything?
know. Do I owe you something for this?
You're doing the work. Why would you owe me?
I'm not sure anymore.
You're good, Petra. I trust you. You're the expert.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Great. Well, this will be fun. Oh wait. You wanted other books?
Yes. This one, and then. Well, I guess they're probably intertwined if this is also the history of the Violet Court as well. So maybe it's the same book all in one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, yeah. Well, that one should
I'll be
cover
able
it
to
all.
tell you for sure when I decode it into Thieves' Cant because I'll have to have read all of it too.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look around because I've never been in a place like this, so.
Yeah, you got it. You see Io is just systematically just having this like long Long
That was
tube
in
of
character
water.
to Petra. She's saying that to Petra in character.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah, all right. If that individual goes to give you a book, don't take it. It just walks off. We'll pause all of you there. We are going over to Prim. Prim, you are making we'll say give me a survival check. So DC 5.
It almost hit a nat 1. 16.
16. With a whole other adventure for Prim.
To the children! I never made it.
Cool. Yeah, with a 16, I don't think there's much else to say. Like kind of like on your along your journey, you are able to kind of follow that same sort of path. And about around this time, so I'd say like approximately about maybe like 10 or so minutes, you arrive.
It's like I'm like, unless I hear any weird things, because Jess had cast whatever the language thing was on the way in.
Tongues.
Yeah, that one.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I
I don't think you hear anything that's of note.
Is a spellcaster thing.
Cool. You first off, you see just outside of the shop is Seda. And just like kind of like walking out and just like it's kind of like doing this like sort of like skipping thing and then kind of stops. Oh, hi.
Hi.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
You okay with that?
Yeah.
Seem a little surprised, but
You're one of the heroes, right?
yeah. Still getting used to that terminology.
Well, it fits. You carry yourself like a hero.
I don't really think about how I carry myself that often, but that's good to know.
Yeah. You're you're friends with the kind of bluish grayish one with the
Yeah.
horns.
Yeah.
What's their
Why?
deal?
What kind of deal are you wanting to know? Like who they are? Like
Do they have a mate?
they do.
Okay.
They are betrothed.
Is it serious?
Pretty serious. Multiplanar serious even.
Okay.
All of them are taken. Hold up.
You say that out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, well don't.
No.
Rub
That
it
was
in.
more. That was more realization. That was more realization than anything. I mean, put your finger down.
Put that finger down. Put that finger down.
We ain't doing that. That's.
Okay. All right. Well, I assume you're here to talk to my mother.
That's
Have a good-
sure. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the hair. And the,
Face.
Yeah.
You have similar noses.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
Very subtle. Don't have
What's
too
your
much
deal?
fun. What's my deal?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find stuff that's been lost.
You need help?
I think I've got the help. This group is doing good. But
Okay.
keep you in mind. You good at
Sounds good.
hunting? You good at finding stuff?
In a way.
In a way? You know people, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do really want some gossip at some point. Maybe later.
Okay.
Yeah. I need to talk with your mother first. But then, spilling the tea, both verbally and herbally.
Is that that's a planar thing?
Yeah.
Oh, like
Asmare.
reading fortunes.
No.
Oh.
No, it's... Never mind. It's okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to know some drama about what's going on.
Oh, yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
could tell you some.
Could be fun.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head down.
All right.
What was your name?
Prim.
Seda. Mom, Prim's here. You see her run off.
What an odd girl.
There's also this. I hate it because it gets a little creepy, but the reality is like Seda and Amaranthiel. It's really hard to tell their age difference. Elves, baby.
They're both above the adult age, and
That's
that's
the most
the important part.
Absolutely. Where are they at? Where'd they go? Anyways, you come into Amaranthiel's shop as you see her just finishing up a kind of like you see her actually like literally like biting the string off of like a last touch up. Oh,
Hi.
hi.
It's stunning.
Thank you.
I met your daughter.
Oh yes, Seda. She is a. What's the word for it that you chip off the block?
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
She has
Well,
your
you're-
nose.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do love her very much. They are all done,
Wow,
so perfect timing.
that was impressive. I wanted to come to kind of air out the room a little bit. I feel like
As you're talking, she is like kind of behind the counter for a second, and you see her just kind of like slowly, as you're talking, move to the front of the counter.
hi.
Hi.
I realized with the psychic link that sometimes things kind of went through that I didn't necessarily intend, but I also wanted to make it very clear that yes, I do like you. Yes, there is some baggage, but if you would still like to come tonight, I
She
would be
moves
more
closer.
than happy to have you with me and join me on this little soiree, and we can have a good time, however that may be.
She is now inches from your face. Prim,
Yes.
I have a daughter that I love very much, who is my world. I'm only here for a good time. And she'll go to kiss you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And join me and enjoy me.
It is yeah, there's a moment of like that, like kind of like weird Prim, actually give me, I hate to say this, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Is it a
Actually,
charm
no.
effect? Is it a
Charisma
charm?
saving throw. It is a charm effect. Yes, it is.
Does she take the scarf off?
I don't know.
Because it has the charm immunity kind of thing.
Mhm.
That's where, but like I feel like if she heard the story, she might take the scarf off, just innately.
Okay.
I like that narrative.
Yeah,
So,
then
yeah.
go with it.
Yeah. 15.
You got it. Cool. Awesome. I will say with this, there is a moment of, I think, the tension revolving around what this could possibly mean as far as connection, relationship, things like that. Temporarily, at least, seems to fully melt away. And I would. That's it. That's all. I'm being very careful here in saying this. That's all you get from that. That's the only sort of thing of like the thing outside of your control is the feeling of the sort of like weight lifted, whether you wanted to hold on to it or not. And then you see that like vines seem to kind of like sort of come down from the tree that she's around and seem to go into this like sort of like odd like kind of like ladder sort of staircase. And she takes your hand, but she doesn't pull.
I think in that moment, Prim will like hesitate and then just, this is what I want. And then she says that and then follows.
You got it. We fade to black as you go up the steps.
We'll be back in a couple hours.
Couple hours and take a couple hour break. Beautiful. Hot. All right. So through this process, Petra, I will say, Petra's very flustered in this whole sort of ordeal of what happened, and I will say that Petra is now just working on translating this tome. So like you kind of like watch like if you look over and you're like, oh yeah, that book. Like he didn't come over with a book for you. As he is just fully sort of like sidetracked. So, Alistair, what languages do you speak?
Common, deep speech, Elvish, Gnomish.
Okay, cool. There's a couple of books that you find that you're not entirely, I'll say like one of them, at least one of them, you're not entirely sure why it's in a hidden sort of spot. A book that is in Elvish that is written in as something called the Petal Codex, which is, I would say for an alchemist type, this is like a new Bible. This is a very, very cool book to be able to have and like understanding how, at least in the Feywild, like all of these different sort of like plants and things. So it's like a Feywild sort of guide to like plants and herbs and things like that. So, let's see.
That goes in the bag of holding.
You got it. You find a book. Yeah, you find a book that you that seems to be like looking at. You don't see a title on it. You just see a depiction of a harp on it. And do you touch it?
Yeah, I'm absolutely just grabbing books, opening them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as you touch this book, you hear harps very similar to the music that's playing right now.
If I take my hand off it, do the harp stop?
Let me stop.
And then start again.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a form of magic that I can detect the school of magic?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I would say it's probably.
We can go with good or bad.
Well, that's complicated.
It's super complicated, but you know what, Petra? I tried.
Where's the thingy? I just need a simple list there. Oh, there we go. It is. So there's a possibility that it would be considered to be illusion, right? That would be kind of like one of the. But you see that it seems to be divination, actually.
Yeah, I'll use the cane to open the cover, just to see what's on that first page.
Okay. First page, you see just the same sort of depiction of the harp, but flipping over to the next page, you see what looks to be like a. It's similar to like the idea of like what you were reading as an epic poem, but looking at the phrasing of the words and things like that, you actually kind of determine this possibly this is more of a songbook.
Oh yeah, I've used my hand to put the cover back on. Goes to the bag of holding.
Yep, you got it. Cool. That's about it. Everything else is stuff that you can't read and.
If I just randomly, it doesn't even matter. If I see anything written in what Alistair would consider like an ancient language that he couldn't read, those I just throw a couple of those in my, or one of those into the bag of holding as well.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna come out and go find Petra real quick. I know he's busy. Petra, do you have any glass jar? Do you have a glass jar of yours that I can borrow for a second? I'll return it very quickly. Do you have like an ink? Is there
you
an
see
ink
like
jar?
him like not looking? Ink or jar?
I'll just pour the ink out, but I just need an empty jar. Sorry.
Empty jar down there.
Great. I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna pour one use of sovereign glue into that jar.
Okay.
And bring it back to Petra. This will glue anything ever if you need to, if you want to fix a book or anything like that. I know that money may not be important to you, but I just thought that this would be something I could give you for thanks. Be very careful with it. It is permanent, forever permanent. But you can use this. But thank you again so much. If you have any other questions, I'm sure it's in a book. Yori! And then...
Yeah, you got it. As you're walking away, you hear Petra. It's that same sort of moment of like you could pretend that you didn't hear it. As you hear Petra, were you in the hidden section?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, you go to find Yori and done. Okay.
In those 20 minutes,
yes,
she would have. This is stupid.
No, say it.
No, she would have tried to sense the books with the strongest emotional resonance as she was walking around.
Running your hand like along the bindings of the books. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Do you want an insight check?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Cool. The dirty 20. You're running along, and you get like faint sort of things, and they're mixtures of love, craving, despair, sadness, joy, all these kinds of. And then there's one that you get that is confusion, and for some reason it seems to ring harder in your ears. Like you can actually just like hear that sort of like there's this weird sort of like whirring sort of sound.
She'll pick it up.
You pull the book out and you see that it is fully blank on the cover. The binding is blank, and you open it up and there are no words. About 100 pages of nothing.
She'll take it with her. Yeah, she'll just take it with her back to the table that everyone's at, and she'll like study it for a while until her
Okay.
book comes.
Got it. Um, all right. Cool. So, Io, anything different you done?
At this point, Io's basically kind of he's trying to basically recall. It's like, okay, um, he's kind of doing some doodles in just a little scrap of paper of, okay, maybe he wants his hair like this, maybe like that, and he's trying to
Oh
recall.
yeah, I love that.
He's trying to also recall like the last time he might have helped his dad with his lineup or something like that.
Beautiful. I like that a lot. Cool.
And then since Alistair probably just called Yori away, he's kind of waiting for them to. It's like,
No, I would have come to you. I wouldn't.
oh, okay. In that case, yeah, he would have been like, okay, so based on what you're thinking, this is what I got so far. And one of the ones he hands him, it's literally kind of like bald sides, and it's basically essentially like a big poofy mohawk. The one next to it is kind of like all the sides. It's kind of like an undercut, so all the sides are shaved down, but then there's like a taper. And then the last one is basically a taper, but there's like designs of flames. And then what Io has made out to see what one of the little rune carvings might be, but it's probably not exactly all that accurate.
Joe loves that.
And then he's like, so what are you thinking? Anything like this, or you got another idea coming?
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, most of the time it's just my hair's just been my hair. You know what? Can I just say that I trust you, and then like whatever you think would be cool, I would definitely be. Yeah, like I'll go with if. I mean, I like the designs. So whatever you think.
All right. Currently, I'm thinking number 3. I'm thinking a little design could give you a little bit of personality. Say a little something about yourself, like right when someone sees you.
Cool. I'd go that route. I mean, hair, I think it grows back.
Yeah, for most of us.
Hey, Yori, what do you? That one.
Hey.
Go with that one.
Wait.
Hey, are you gonna let Io cut your hair?
It's anything but number 3.
Which one did you point to?
That one.
Yeah, that one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna let Io. I saw him doing some stuff with.
Yori, did you want to see it first? See how it looks on you?
Nah.
Okay.
Hey, people used to pay Io at the Ludus to cut their hair, so you're in good hands.
Oh.
Go with that one.
Okay.
Wasn't that like once?
No, they used to. Oh. Yeah, it was just the one time.
Yeah, but yeah, no. Like I said, I've got a bit of experience fixing up people's hair, so I got you.
So I owe you money. I just want to be honest with you. They were paying me. I'm sorry. I owe you some money. You should let him cut your hair. I'm sorry. I feel so much better getting that off my chest. I found, you know what? You're going to be cutting his hair. So I have something for you, Yori, that I think you really will like.
Okay.
But you know what? Actually, let's just do that. You can have it now because you're going to have to do something while he's cutting your hair. Don't let the satyr see it, though.
Okay.
All right. And then I'm going to hand him the book that makes the Hound of the Harp.
You got it.
It's okay. Don't scream. You hear things in your head. Don't do that right now. It's okay.
Okay, for this time, but we're supposed to do it.
Just this one.
Okay.
Just this one time, please. But it's cool, right? I've never read a book, I've never read a book. I've never seen a book,
Yeah,
but it's cool, right?
it is cool.
I'm gonna figure out how to do that. That's
Oh, then you could be reading a story, and like just as you get to like a page, like the music could change, and it could be like the right. Okay, yeah. You'd have like a soundtrack.
Yeah?
Just touch the book real quick. Don't
Okay.
scream. You hear things in your head.
I think that's pretty normal.
That really is normal for me as he's touching the book. And okay, so
I just hears horrible screeching, like just metal on metal.
oh god.
I'm just kidding. So messed up.
All right. Sorry.
Okay.
You're gonna cut his hair, right?
Yeah. So you want to get to that now, little man, or you want to wait? You want to wait a little bit?
I'm good. I'm good to do it now.
Cool. For the time being, I've got what I need out the library.
You should just do it here.
And
Well,
leave
yeah,
his...
but we wanted to hide this book, and I wanted to look at it. I can put it away though if you want to put it. Or...
I was thinking more about.
He's
the fact-
busy. Just if he comes this way.
Okay. I gotta put his hair some kind of way. It's real rude to just leave a pile of crimson locks all over the place.
I can just press the digit. You know, prestige.
Prestidigitation. Got it.
That's the one. Yeah. I learned. It's
just
like
let him go.
one of the few things I can do.
You could.
I could do, yeah. It's like when I was with the Cloud Giants, I learned like a couple things, and I use that one to like. Usually, mine kind of ends up burning things, but it's like it cleans them.
I did not know you could do that. That's fascinating.
Yeah. Learn something new about your friends every day. By the way, Al, do you have your razor and something to make a lathery foam with?
Yes to the first one. Why would I need a lathery foam?
Well, when I take down the sides, I want to give it a little bit of a nice taper. Give him a little bit of a fade. So, yeah.
Hey,
There's that
Petra,
jar of sovereign glue.
Petra, do you have any soap?
What?
Soap.
Yeah. At home.
You're just gonna have to figure it out, Io.
All right, we'll wing it. All right, plop down, little man. Let's get started.
Okay, it's gonna be even lower if I sit down, but we can. Yeah, I guess it's just easier to sit down.
Yeah.
You're already kind of above me. It's just I'll sit down. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna want to get comfortable. Standing in one place, not good for the joints.
Oh,
So...
it's gonna take like a little bit of time.
Yeah, not terribly long, but
Okay.
Is this a normal library thing from where you're from?
Yeah, in the material plane in Sway, yeah, all the time.
Okay.
We'll clean it up.
Okay.
Yep. Promise we'll clean it up. And so Io kind of starts with fluffing his hair out since he doesn't really have a comb on hand. He's very much improvising. Then he goes to kind of starting to trim the sides with the razor. And then as he's just kind of getting closer to making those little precision marks, he's let's just be honest, he's gonna make he's gonna try to make use of what he can with his foot water.
Okay.
to try to get that what's the word I'm looking for? Like that type of finesse that you need to with shaving.
You got it. Give me a sleight of hand check, sir.
All
I'm gonna give you bardic inspiration for this.
Why?
Because he doesn't want his head to look jacked. Okay, that's not bad at all. You're in good hands, like I said, you little man. You're in good hands. That is a proletariat 20.
Do you add
Okay.
proficiency because you're proficient in barber's tools? I just made that up, but we're
Yeah, and I'm like, I wouldn't even know where to look for that. But no,
I'll tell you 20 is enough. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. I would say like it's I would say it's probably just a little bit of a step below professional, but decent considering the handiwork aisle you have, especially good considering the tools that you're working with.
Okay, good. And then what he's going to do is he's going to take water that has not been used for the shaving process, use shape water to try to make the water look as reflective as possible. So Yori can basically use it like a mirror. And he's like, all right, so what you think so far? How's that look?
I like it. It's kind of fun.
Good.
Yeah, and I think it looks good. I mean, I just wanted to look. Yeah, it's a change, and I like it. It's different, and I'm a little different now, so that's good.
Nice. Yeah, change is good. When we're next in another town, we'll get some more tools and we'll try experimenting with some other things. Know some folks from back where I grew up in. Sometimes you cut little designs in there, and in a way you can kind of tell stories with your hair.
That's cool.
So yeah.
Where are you from?
It's an island town called Sway. Peaceful area. Everybody kind of feels like family after a while. And yeah, it's just a very heart on your sleeve kind of place, and yeah.
Is it in the water we were in, like next to Celeste? Like,
It's like
it-
Celeste, but not next to Celeste. It's in the Isles close to Imea.
okay, yeah, that's the only, like, I haven't really seen the ocean. I guess I've seen. Well, I guess that's but the west, but it's even further south than that. How did you get here?
Well, after some failed apprenticeships and trying to study under a particular mage, I heard about the Ludi, and so caught a ferry out here. To not here, but to North Imea, and ended up studying with Alan Gwyn.
Have you been back since you came to the Ludus?
I mean, I think I swung by around graduation time, but then I ended up finding work for work with the crew, so I haven't really been seeing my parents recently, but I did talk to my mom pretty soon. I really should talk to Daddy himself, because I just had her pass a message along to her. But they sound like they're being pretty good. Mama hasn't changed much. She's looking out for me.
Do they know about the book and that stuff? Maybe, or that this is kind of like not. Yeah.
I feel like Mom's probably not. I haven't actually told them anything, but one thing about parents, they always seem to really know what you're going through, especially if they care about you. She told me last time we talked, she told me something dark or something was on the horizon, and to kind of just, watch myself. So something tells me.
Did they hear tall in Sway?
That's holy. So much stuff has been going on. I totally forgot about Tall. I gotta ask her. Yeah.
You should. Well, you should ask your dad instead.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good segue to talk to him. Um, yeah, I'm gonna do that. Thanks, Al.
Yeah, anytime. We don't really talk as much as we used to.
We really don't. Shit, like I said, I really want to introduce y'all to my folks. Um, I think you'd really like the exchange overall.
Yeah, it's pretty hot down there, is what I hear.
But the beach, ooh man, that water is.
Sand,
But the sea, man.
the deep, unknowable waters.
I mean, hey, you did pretty all right when we had that incident, diving after that shell.
Plus, like, then there's like what's you mentioned the deep unknowable, like what if you go far, like how far can you go?
Also, who knows?
Oh, I wonder if there's any maps here.
That's a great question.
Are you gonna? If you're gonna go talk to him, you can't take the book.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I kind of got a little distracted. That's like the feel of the razor. Yeah. But. Yeah. I don't know. I wanted to know. Like, a lot of stuff has happened, and are you okay?
Right now I'm actually doing I'm doing relatively well. There's a lot going on, but hearing that Eris is not only okay but grateful for what we done, it's put a lot of the wind back in my sails. You know what it really reminds me of? Al, remember it was second year and we had just finished midterms and we wanted to play that that narrative version of Dragon Chess we used to do all the time. And remember when we finally roped Gwen into doing it that one time, and she was just getting, yeah. But remember the end when you pulled that really crazy strategy with the boat, crashing it into that kraken, and then what was it that Gwen said to just kind of like as like a nice topper to that moment? Something like "you got him, buddy" or whatever.
I'm with you, buddy, till the end.
Yeah.
We need a bigger boat.
That was close. But no, that was. But yeah, it was like that. I'm with you, buddy. And then right after that, that really high roll with the knuckle bones came out, and it was like the highlight of that night. Remember?
Yeah, you did that. I thought that was a stupid idea. You did that, and you're
Shit.
frankly just lucky that it worked. That was terrible. I mean, it was great. It was good.
But the thing I love about that is it's like the random moments in life, and just kind of taking that random chance, you can turn it into something beautiful. And I feel like that's the magic of us, man.
I think it's crazy that we didn't even know that. Yes, I didn't even know like that you had a thing here when we went to the Feywild. I thought, we knew about Prim but I'm glad we were able to help. It seems like we helped a lot of people here.
Yeah. And I mean, in a relative time matter of speaking, we just got here. But yeah, it did kind of cross my mind because Eris told me her story. I knew the Fae were involved in somehow turning her from an ordinary person into a hexblood, but the fact that we ended up meeting the person who did that to her, that is, man, that whole talk about destiny, I don't know. you might get a bit. I think free will is definitely ours, but I do think I do think some things kind of seem like they're set up, set up to like that's just way too coincidental. You know what I mean?
It's like there's a pull, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you can. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but and I think sometimes it's just that we're pulled together, but what we do is still, you know, who knows? Do we know what we're doing next?
I'm gonna pause you guys there. Kara. He said about 20 minutes, and it's been about maybe 25. So I think maybe in this moment you kind of look over in his direction. And I will say, just like truly like passive insight, this is your whole like domain, your whole thing. You notice that he kind of like is wiping a tear from his eye as he's finishing his book. Okay. Kind of looks over in your direction. Oh, I'm so sorry. You're waiting for me. Okay. Yeah. I don't have a. I guess I can. You see, there's this weird sort of like clasp, sort of like essentially like binder rings, but with an as he like kind of like clips it, like pushes through. Okay. There you go. It's
As
a
he
tearjerker.
hands it to me, I want to do an insight check on the book to see like what that emotion was, but I'm doing it on the book, not on him, because he's the one that translated it. So his emotions, I would feel, are connected to that.
Right. Yeah, I would say like, because you wouldn't. In this case, we'll say like systematically, the author of this book's feelings are long gone. This is just left over from like the reader. That is like the ownership, the like temporary ownership of it.
I also feel like because he just translated it, it's the freshest, like the
Right.
freshest scent, if you will, of emotions.
Yeah, makes sense. Appreciation and sadness.
That
Yeah,
is
that's what I
not
said.
what she expected from this book.
No.
She's gonna take it and just, thank you, Petra. I don't think I'll be able to read it in 20 minutes, but I will give it a shot.
I mean, I could give you the cliff notes if you want. It's still pretty fresh.
Sure. I don't
What is that?
know what
Above
cliff
board, it's up
notes
to you.
are, but
Oh, so there was this figure once who was being held at knife point over a cliff and was asked to recite everything from the book of spells that he remembered, and he said, you know, I have the short and sort of version, and he died, but you know, it was a good
that's
that's the story.
sure, let's have Cliff's notes.
Cliff's notes. This is interesting. You're not entirely sure if this is because of we'll try this one. You're not actually. No, we'll do this one. So you're not entirely sure if this is kind of like in connection to the recent sort of development of like feeling the effects of this book, or if this is a normal, common thing for him. But you see him start to retell it as a story. An awkward sort of start. Well, long time ago, the Feywild was a realm of untainted beauty. Queen of Air and Darkness was not a shadowed monarch that we know, but a radiant maiden of the Sealy Court. She was Titania's younger sister. In the story, beloved for her grace, wit, and haunting melodies she wove with her silver harp, they ruled the beginning of the Feywild together. Sometime a young hero, sorcerer, was drawn to the Feywild, someone by the name Sorin. Managed to come to the Feywild from some ancient ritual or self-discovery. A feat that few mortals had yet achieved. There's a long depiction of going into his understandings and gleaning what the beginnings of the Sealy Court was all about, but when it talks about the first time they saw her, her beauty eclipsed every wonder the Feywild had. Though Sorin was mortal and was granted permission to remain in the Sealy Court by Titania herself, who admired the intellect and curiosity, lived among the Fae for years. It's never proper to speak upon the Queen of the Sealy Court in anything but a positive light, but maybe you should read that part yourself. A conversation was had between Sorin and Titania gave Sorin an understanding that without the token of love or affection that Sorin would have to give to allow this union to take place would have to be something that their world had never seen. So Sorin left. Traveling planes, worlds. For years. Eventually leading to a place called the Shadowfell. Through a long, arduous adventure, found a black diamond, one that is referred to in the book as the Eclipsed Tear. Sorin made a bargain for it, exchanging Fey bargain, if you will, in exchanging the afterlife of his soul Return to the Sealy Court, changed. Since his laughter gone, warmth faded, but carrying the tear. And when presented to Titania's sister, she was moved by the depth of sacrifice. Yet, as soon as she touched the gem, the tear clung to her. Shadowy tendrils seeping into her very being, says that the gem whispered to her, amplifying ambitions and dark desires, promising dominion over shadow. Despite Queen Titania's pleas, her sister succumbed to the tear's corruption. Her radiant harp began to play mournful laments. The Feywild dimmed slightly. The once beloved Fey Maiden, now cloaked in shadow, renounced the Sealy Court and her family, declaring herself the Queen of Air and Darkness, ruler of her own court beyond Titania's reach. Titania was left heartbroken, and Soren devastated by what their gift had wrought, vanished into the Feywild. Fate lost to legend. Some say it became a wraith, haunting the places where her light once shone. Others claim they sought to undo the curse, wandering the Shadowfell in eternal penance. Eclipse Terror became a symbol of love turned tragedy, binding the Queen to her shadowy dominion, estranging her forever from the light of her Sealy kin. So that's the gist of it. Is there anything else you needed me to find?
No, thank you, Petra. I don't know if Yori, you had some books you were looking for?
Oh, yeah, there were there were some, yeah. I was trying to learn about the stars and I mean something.
Yeah.
See. Oh, yeah. There was a Snorri. I forget which ones I listed off of my paper, but
Snorri and runes and stars. Yes, I'll go looking for that. Excuse me. You see him go walk off.
What did you have him translate?
Essentially, the ascension of the Queen.
The one that's got your daughter?
Yes.
Oh boy. Must have been some heavy shit.
Yori, as you are hearing the conversation back and forth, I think you look back at the book you found, or was given to you. See a depiction of the harp on the cover. And with that, we're going to take our 10-minute break. We'll see you in 10. And we are back.
Had to really make sure that we
Um,
knew. Got the crinkle in there.
We are back as we see Prim and Amaranthiel just laying down. I would say probably Amaranthiel is just probably maybe stroking your hair as you're just sitting there, kind of maybe staring up at the treetops that's there, or the lower sort of part of the canopy there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think she'll kind of like get up onto her elbows for a second. This didn't have anything to do with the whole hero thing, right? Like that didn't play into effect at all.
Oh. To say at all.
Well, I mean,
just definitively untrue. Yes, of course.
I meant. Actually, that answers it. I'm not going to push that.
Does that bother you?
I mean, in the sense of like, if that was the only reason, yes.
I didn't say that.
Yes, but you also seemed to insinuate that there was more.
I have lived a long time. Much longer than I'm willing to admit. And in that time I've learned that there are things that you sacrifice yourself for, bleed over, cry out in the night. And there are things that seem easy. Something that just walks into your door and gives a I guess what I'm trying to say is not everything has to be so hard.
That's fair. I've definitely had a strange life, to say the least. So it's always nice to get told that kind of a perspective.
What's on your mind?
Oh, fuck, the flames.
Flames? Oh.
God, what a horrible time to remember that. We'll deal with that later. They were asking for an edit on one of the outfits. Why did I? No, what's on my mind is choosing something for myself for the first time in a long time has felt very freeing, very good, and I think that I need to start doing that more.
Careful. It is very intoxicating. Like any sweet substance. Kind of like strokes the side of your face.
I think she'll grab the hand and hold it on the side of the face for a second.
It's very easy to lose yourself in.
Very easy to lose yourself in someone else and then have to figure out who you are with the pieces that are left.
Perhaps. Is that what you're doing?
I think so. No, I know so.
Then I'm very excited for you.
Thank you. I'm excited as well. And I'm very excited for tonight. I can't wait to see whatever outfit you are in, as much as I'd prefer.
I was planning to go just like this. Just laying naked.
Yeah. I wouldn't say no. Definitely would turn some faces. We might give the king a heart attack.
Oh. Naughty. I guess I will put something on. I think with that, she kind of like gets up and just like puts on like a very like a robe that doesn't cover anything, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very sheer robe.
Yeah. I imagine your friends have missed you as well.
I don't know. I've only been with them for a little bit, but we all seem to run off and do our own things and then make our way back when we're needed.
Is that on purpose?
I don't think so. Well, no, I don't think so.
As a ladron that is decidedly single, I can't tell you that I know whether it's good or bad to cling to your friends. But if you are fighting alongside them, if you're trusting them with your lives, why not your heart?
Baby steps. Gotta leave some room for mystery.
Possibly lonely notion, Prim.
I think we already answered that question.
Yes, well. Careful, dear. He might just turn into me.
Ah,
Now, what is
then there'd
the...
be two of us.
Yes, and that is one too many for this village. What is the edit that you're asking me to make on my perfect clothing?
Oh, when we had been talking earlier, there was mention of flames being added to the giant outfit, I believe was how we phrased it.
Correct.
And we switched it to leaves. After talking with him, he was asking if we could switch it back to the flames, but I don't even know if that's possible.
It's not as much an edit as it is just a change in incantation that I can do. I thought you were going to tell me that it was something different with the material, and to that I would have told you you were wrong.
No. I think that was all fine. I think it was simply just switching it to the flames.
Done. I can do that before you leave.
Excellent. I will need a minute. So,
You see her just standing watching you.
we got 5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that wasn't what I was saying, but
Gets up, closes door. Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah, there you go. Cool. And we will fade to black again. We will come back. I will say, like above board, we'll be coming back to Prim, coming back into the library with all of the materials. Yeah. So we come back into the library. Kara. What's on your mind looking at this book that I think is probably, in my head right now, at least at the start of the scene, is still kind of remaining closed as Petra is off in the corner, seemingly slowly and somewhat absentmindedly looking for other books.
She's curious about that diamond. And sees a potential way to make the Sealy Court a strong ally.
Interesting. So the part of the story with the tragedy of it, would you say that Kara is hardened to the idea of trying to look at the queen as someone who's maybe I'm trying to think of the words. There's a story there that kind of humanizes her. Do you feel like Kara has to steel herself against that?
In what way, I guess, is my question.
I think in the idea that something that was it was a thing that made her this way, not that how much of this was her own choosing, how much of this is this a reflection of a tragic misunderstanding, or is there a part of this that's looking at it as there's the there's the tragedy of it, but then there's also the choice to lean in. I'm curious as what Kara's thoughts are on that. And you could say not a lot. That's fair too.
Are you asking if she feels bad for the queen, or if
Yeah, I think so.
I
In
mean,
a simplistic sort of way, yeah.
guess, but that's not gonna help anything right now.
Right.
I'm not sure what. Sure.
Okay. All right. Is there anything specifically you want to do here in this moment, Kara?
I guess it'll depend on the group. I don't care.
Okay. All right. What is everybody else doing?
So at this point, has Petra completely left the room, or is he at least in earshot?
I will say he is within earshot. It's also very. He doesn't really seem like he's here right now, that sort of thing. You got a good sort of feeling that you probably would be safe to talk about anything.
Oh, because I was actually Io was actually kind of probably at least notice his demeanor has greatly shifted from being super cheerful to
Mhm.
now that dour kind of thing. So he was actually probably gonna kind of excuse himself from the guys briefly and see if he was all right.
Okay, you got it.
Um,
yeah.
So yeah, he's just like, yeah, y'all, I'll be right back. I'm a little worried about our new friend. Hey, Pete, um, are you okay, man?
What?
How are you doing? Are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just you started off, you were just so chipper and energetic, and now you seem a little rattled. Um, Again, I'm really sorry about my book. It's dangerous, but something else got you down. You want to talk about it?
It's just a really touching story.
Oh yeah. Oh, the one my friend Kara showed you, or had you
Well, I told her.
explain to her? Yeah, yeah. Gotcha. So you're just a guy who has big feelings.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh no, that's good. That's good. I just wanted. I was just. It's always good to have big feelings, and if you needed a friend or something, I was offering to be a friend to help you through a dark time. If you
Is this
needed
another? This is, I don't want to.
it. No, I'm literally just trying to be nice. That's all.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't. My life is pretty great. So it's hard hearing. It's hard hearing stories of places where people don't have what I have.
Yeah, I actually really can understand where you're coming from. You know what helps me though? Thinking about what you can do to make anyone you meet's lives better, even if it's just something small. It really helps with that feeling.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, not all heroes fight monsters or rescue people. Sometimes a hero is just someone who makes you feel good.
Yeah. Thank you, Io.
Yeah, no problem. Speaking of, I'm kind of curious. All of these books. Have you ever written one yourself?
Me? No. I don't think I've had much of a story to give. I like reading.
Well, I mean, just take it from some random guy from a place you ain't never heard of. Everyone's got a story that's interesting to give, as long as you want to tell it.
One day I woke up with faint memories of a family of other satyr, and I couldn't remember names or anything like that, but I saw that my vest had my name, or Petra, I guess, written into it. Gosh, I never even thought about the idea that maybe this isn't my name.
Oh Holy hell, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really... Wow. That's actually an incredibly interesting story. I think that could resonate with a lot of people.
Well, I mean, and then I wandered the Feywild for, I don't know, could be 100 years, and then I found this place, and that's it. That's the end of the story.
Holy, no, come on, man. That cannot be the end of the story. Like, so you woke up.
Well, you know
determined
that cat leaf thing? I mean, I found a couple of those.
See, I mean, that doesn't happen in material plane. Like, I mean, we don't have any kind of... I don't know how we figure out interdimensional travel or whatever, but I'm like, if you interplanar travel, but if you want to write that story...
You want me to write stories about cats turning into leaves?
That alone would be so interesting to the people of Imea.
Okay.
Like, mind-blowing.
Just don't know where you would start and end other than the sentence.
I mean, hey, how do you think your favorite artist, your favorite author came up with their book? I mean, it came with just one sentence, and then you had to elaborate. Like, okay,
I assume she's had a lot of sex.
Who?
You said my favorite author.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, good point. But again, you gotta elaborate. Like, again, so you first wake up, you read this name on your vest, vague memories. What was the first thing you did? Like, the first thing you saw or thought about all of that? It's crazy, man.
I wondered what my name was, and I found it in my shirt. You think people would like reading that?
Yeah, but it's like, so then you decided to wander. Why did you go the way you went? You went left, you went right. Why?
9.
Like, what was your first meal when you woke up? Like, did you have like a random foggy memory of, like, I don't know, are you a meat eater, a plant eater? Fungi?
I guess plants.
So, how did you know? I mean, I back in college, we read survival stories and whatnot, or survival manuals and whatnot. How could you tell what kind of plant was gonna nourish you versus kill you?
I don't know. I guess I just took a shot.
Man, you really could be sitting on top of a veritable gold mine of stories.
Huh. Okay. Thanks, Isle. I guess, maybe I'll give it a shot.
Oh yeah, you definitely should, man. Then he pats him on the shoulder and says, like, so you are good, right?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Alright. If you ever need anything, go ahead and just shout. I'm gonna go see what my friends are doing right now. But for sure, you should definitely come to this party tonight.
Okay. Am I invited? Like, is this do you have the power to invite me?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
They gonna tell the heroes of the city no? Come on.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely true. So without a doubt, I will be able to go in.
All right, good. And with that, he waves him off and goes back to Yori and Alistair.
You wave him off? Wait,
Oh, no.
I'm done with you. I'm done with you.
No, he goes like.
I'm sorry.
Waves at him. He waves at him. Is what I mean. Did not wave him off.
Be gone. Incredible.
So, Yori's reading the heart book, and
Yori, give me a bard check.
A bard check.
Yeah. I guess Arcana.
I'm standing over his shoulder reading as well.
Okay.
Got 5.
Incredible.
It's more of a wizard check than a bard check, but I'll allow it.
There's bardic magic. I'm trying to think of how to.
Charisma?
You want to roll with just your charisma
Performance.
modifier?
Do performance. What's the performance sounding
But
like?
it's not a performance.
But you're
Yeah.
It's
listening.
determining bardic magic.
I don't know. I'll live here.
That's okay. There's time. So yeah, you're hearing this music as you're reading through. It is. Oh gosh. What? Yori, you know Sylvan?
Yeah.
Thank God. Okay. It is in Sylvan. You're reading a. Like I said, like it kind of like reads like an epic poem, but then as you kind of like look through it and like watch, like reading specifically the rhyme scheme, it seems like it's something that could possibly be more in the sort of and what's the difference at the end of the day? But as you are reading it, you're reading a. I don't have like specifics on it, but it's right now it's defined as or it's titled "The Song of Stars." And it's like very figurative, beautiful, sort of like it's. I would say it kind of reads a little bit more in that like sort of like Dylan Thomas kind of like thing of like it's incredibly undefined exactly what they're what they're talking about. It's more of like based on what the reader is able to determine.
Right. And is it so? Is it just words, or is the music written in it, or is the music just sort of heard as you read it?
Yeah, so you're not hearing singing. You're just hearing the music and then reading the words.
Okay. Yeah, but there's no like written notes or anything like that. Okay.
No. Good question. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay. Alistair, do you hear anything now?
Only when I'm touching it. You feeling okay?
Yeah. I mean, it's just really cool. But I'm curious. I wonder if can you come and read this with me? I want to see if you hear the same music as I do, and then if it's like everybody is like the book is just singing, but or if it's sort of like in my head that sometimes you get a song in your head and it's just kind of, it's not like, I mean, it's clearly book, but
I can't read Sylvan, but I can hum the
just
melody.
like touch the book and then like hum the melody. Then
if I hum the melody, will you read it out to me? In common? Can you translate
you want me
it?
to translate? Yeah, it's not going to probably like the the meter is probably going to be different, but yeah, I can do that.
There's a row your boat, but it's like a full second later. Yeah.
I'm gonna put my hand on the book and try and please tell me that it's like a repetitive melody. It's not jazz, is it?
Absolutely not. It's free acid jazz.
It's 2 parts. Yeah.
It's 2 parts that don't connect ever. It's crazy. I will say it doesn't seem like it is repeating. It's they seem to be long, kind of like drawn out. I would say like,
yep.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how long you guys are there trying to do that.
But I'm just trying to confirm that it's sort of.
You're a little
what
pitchy,
he's humming
Yori.
is what I'm hearing as well. Like that they're similar. I'm just reading it, all right? These are just the words.
Can you read it higher?
I'm going to rap it, and then you beatbox the melody, and then...
Incredible.
Can I tell anything about the magic of it while we're doing this?
Not right now.
Heard that.
I'll tell you this. I'll say, Alistair, give me an Arcana check. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys are hearing the same song. I will say, like, you're able
That's
to
what I
determine
wanted
that
to
for
confirm.
sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, then we can wait till when it is right now.
Okay.
If you want, because it's an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Okay. So as a book, what are the other like 100 songs in it? And, you know, when I turn all of the pages to the other.
It looks like it's one song.
It's one song.
It's
like
Beowulf,
like,
baby.
You know, like woo.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I aspire to this. This is sweet.
Yes, that's why I thought of you, sir.
I don't know what it has to do with exactly what it has to do with, you know, that are we supposed to say their name, or is it, you know, because she had a harp and the book had a harp, so I thought maybe it was related, but I don't know. Maybe it's just a bard thing.
I mean, coincidences happen sometimes, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I'll say, just for clarification's sake, Yori, are you like sitting down at a table reading it and Alistair's kind of over your shoulder?
I would say so, yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
Do I mean, so
Well-
this story is, what is it about?
It's hard to tell. It's kind of, I mean, also it's really long. Like if we're gonna do, it's gonna take a really long time to get through the whole thing, and it's very, you know, the words don't mean always the things that they mean, and it's really hard to translate into common.
Listen, I just,
it's a song of stars, you know, so stars.
okay. Well, you've always told me that there's a lot to learn from stories. So
I think this is one I'm gonna have to kind of. It's like when you start playing a new song and like you kind of just barely get like I'm gonna have to read it more and kind of try and maybe I could play the melody on my flute. I haven't played my flute in a long time, but I could try it. Or I'll read it and try and play it for
I would love to hear you play your flute.
I could try it now. It's hard to like. Maybe it's interesting. Okay, and I'll try to take out my flute and play along with the song I'm hearing. You know.
Okay. Where's your flute?
I mean, generally, I assume that I have a bag with me of a few things, so it would be on me. I just haven't used it since.
Okay.
Remember when I talked to that horse?
What?
Yep. Sure do.
I was like the first or second session that I was in.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Wow. That's beautiful. So I will ask you this. So I'm going to say this. Yori, give me as much detail as you can on the process of you getting your flute out and getting ready to play. And then there's a good possibility that I go, okay, and then move on. Just letting you know up front in case it's frustrating. So I think like visualizing like where you are with like the bench seats, like are you sitting as you're playing, like that sort of thing?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think he has I think it's in pieces, and he would take it out, and this is the way you put together a flute. You take the piece. It's not like a metal symphony flute or something like that, But
Right.
I think it's still in pieces. It probably is made of metal, but not the same, because it's like I would assume that he might have made it or gotten it from from Muspelheim, from the fire giants, when because that's got most of his stuff. So I think he probably had it at that point. But it's very simple. It's I still it's in pieces. He takes it out and he kind of puts it together. He takes out a piece of thin paper that's sort of tied to it, and then puts it over a little hole, and kind of so it's more like the Japanese or Chinese flute, where the reed is just this very thin reed paper that you blow over that creates the vibration. And so I think he takes out, he's sitting, and he comes up, he's trying to read and play, and looks down and blows into it, and probably makes a few adjustments, makes a really loud squeaky sound the first time he blows into it, and it's been a while. I used to do this all the time. It's just other things came up, and okay, let me. I mean, I learned most of the things by just listening, and then tries to play it.
You gotta give me a performance check.
Okay. That's a nat 1.
Yeah, baby. I like it.
Have inspiration?
No,
It's up to you.
I haven't done the thing in a while. I don't think I have an inspiration.
Okay. Yeah, it's pretty rough. I'd say for everybody, it's also there's the idea of, like I said, it's not a reoccurring sort of melody.
Right.
So it's you're having to do it behind.
He's
There's this
not.
kind of like a word jammer sort of equivalent of having to be that sort of step behind, and knowing that there's certain harmonies that don't work well together because you're a second behind, that sort of thing. And yeah, it's been a minute. Also, you're sitting down. It's weird.
Yeah, trying to bend over. Yeah.
You're also one-handed.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, I completely forgot about
That
that.
changed the whole thing.
There's the net one. That's the net one for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
I was thinking the entire time, I was like, wait, did he get the new arm
No,
already?
You're right.
And
I
added
totally
belt?
forgot. Yeah. So there's probably an extra awkward time of him trying to put it together and get
Alex
the
is just
belt
like, yeah, dude,
read.
come on, let's go.
Yep,
I got
totally good.
it. I just got
Io's
it.
over in the corner, just like,
That's right.
got it.
yeah,
It's
actually,
fine.
that's right when Io comes up, and he's like,
oh,
and he's just,
dude, you
normally he
can't
would
say anything.
something.
What can you say? Wait, what do you
He's
say
just
to that?
cringing. He's cringing, but trying very hard to hide it, and he's doing a bad job.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I think
we'll-
I think
Come back
He-
to this.
yeah, he does. I think he puts his hand up. And he's like, I think I forgot, and
Yeah, we.
that's. Will you put your fingers on it? You put your fingers on it, and then it's just no. Oh, okay. I don't think the new hand's gonna really work for this either. But I haven't played it in a while. It's not. Oh, there's a lot of ways to be a skald, and some people do an instrument. So I wanted to try one, and I was not great. Okay, well, I'll keep reading it, and I'll let you know at some point.
Is Prim coming back, Kara? Do you know? Is she?
Yeah, how long does it take to get close?
Or are we gonna meet her there?
So, guys,
Hold on, Io. Go ahead, Kara.
No, I was gonna say, I feel like, because Kara's tried to engage with the group a few times, and it's been no or ignored, or she just doesn't feel comfortable, or this is her place. So I think she would have just at some point left.
Okay. I would say you guys see Kara leaving.
All right, where are you going?
I have to return our sword.
You want any company?
You guys seem like you're having good company here.
I mean, hey, I'm willing to kind of spread my wings. I've kind of seen all the books and everything. Cut Yori's hair. Just might be fun. The chit chat.
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble hearing you again.
Oh yeah, my headphones
Okay.
are slipping. That's why. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much done here. So it would not be bad to get some fresh air, and I'm just saying, if you want someone to chit chat with, I'm willing to have a little bit of a chin wag on the way. I don't even know who Ara is.
Weaponsmith.
You get to see the hair I was trying to, so you see if you did a good job. I mean, I think you did a good job, but you could see it.
See?
He was pretty grumpy the last time we saw him.
I hit him with a shield.
Oh,
He was invisible, and I didn't know. You don't have to tell everybody, Yori.
That explains the spell breaking. I was worried he punched somebody.
No, I think
You-
I didn't know I was swinging it, but I didn't hurt him. I think he was fine, but I think he was still upset.
You cast invisibility on him?
I did, yes.
Can I ask why?
She's gonna glance at Petra and glance back. Maybe, I'll tell you when we're getting ready for the ball later.
Okay. Sure. Could just tell him thanks again to us for letting us use his shop and the shield.
Yeah, he doesn't know you took the shield, I'm guessing. Sure. I will tell him thank you for that.
He knows Yori hit him with it.
Oh, yeah, good point.
We'll say
okay.
Kara and I, as you guys are exiting, I'm gonna say Prim, unless there's something else you wanted to do. You show up now.
I'm assuming that she's probably with me though. Amaranth's with me just because I need extra hands to hold all the outfits.
She also only has one arm.
I do only have the one arm, and I would ask.
So here's the thing. She wouldn't bring it. Seda would.
That's fine.
So
I'll-
Seda comes up with you. And it's a little bit of an awkward trip for sure.
Yeah. It's very quiet, just the entire time.
You're bringing the outfits to the library?
I'm bringing the it's on the way to the rooms. Right? No? Is that wrong?
Everyone was there.
Kind of.
You all were there at
Yeah.
least, and
Did
also
you get my buttons?
what?
My buttons. Did you get my? Did they have buttons?
Gwen has them.
Carl, what are you gonna wear? I don't know if I've seen you dressed up or something. Did anybody get dressed up in? Didn't you all go on some sort of fancy thing at Dare's Wharf? We were going out to see some people.
You say
Who
Kara?
are you
Prim?
talking to?
I said Cara.
Okay,
It was hard
I
to
thought you
tell.
did, but then Hannah reacted like you're talking to her, so I was very
I'm eating an
confused.
apple.
Sorry, I was more trying to play the where is Kara's outfit kind of.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I thought I heard a
Sorry.
different name than was said.
We're here.
Um,
We got there.
I mean, I did wear something in Dare's Wharf. It was a dress. Didn't cover much, but
That's the way it goes. I think that's kind of how you.
I mean, it
I think
worked
you were
for
trying
what we
to
were doing.
right,
Yeah, that
It's like-
undercover thingamajig.
but without a lot of cover.
I'm sure
Hey,
it
that's
was
what the
lovely.
first play on
Huge
words.
job.
It did.
Can I ask you?
Who are you?
I'm Seda.
Alistair.
Yeah, we met when we first entered the city. Remember?
Yes, I do.
Is this the person who made the clothes?
Who her mother did.
Yeah.
Oh,
My mother did.
that's really fast.
She's nimble with her fingers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Fast.
Carl, it's just, I mean, maybe it's a sensitive. When, like, have you ever, like, if you wanted to dress up differently, do you ever change? I don't know, like something about your hair or your face or I mean, I like your face. I'm not saying you need to change it. I was just saying, like, more decoratively. Like, have you ever? Is that something you would or can do, or is it? I don't know.
I probably could do it. I never really changed unless I had to until very recently, so no.
Okay. Is it? I mean, it seems like it's I don't know. Like it's you've used it when you have to, but it's like a part of you, right? It's changing isn't like somebody forced you to change. It's like you can change, and so you have a self that's you, but also like it's a thing you could do kind of for you, for fun, kind of, if you wanted to, or is it like, I didn't know if it's just a more of a serious thing, where, or I mean, it's serious, or if you could, make it more just like a thing that's a fun thing about you that you do that is part of you and that you do for you.
That sounds great, but the way changelings were treated on the material plane, it's not a
Oh,
fun
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, because if somebody saw you change and then, so it's more been something that you've had to
I
use
mean,
to like
in the
hide
north,
yourself.
people might just be like cruel, but in the south, changelings they disappeared. I don't know what happened to them.
Nothing good.
Well, that fucking
Like-
sucks.
I like the way you look now.
Thank you.
I just think, in a world where like that didn't happen, that you could just it could be something that wasn't hidden. If it wasn't hidden or always had to be a thing about hiding, about secrecy, then it could be something that was like celebrated, that was expressive and not about hiding who you were, but about being who you are. And anyway, I should have known that's I know that all the kind of magic kind of was not in Nemea. So, but maybe one day we'll find a place where that can happen. We'll make one,
Yeah.
and people can be like that.
I hate to just point out the obvious here, Kara, but we're not on the material plane anymore. You can do whatever you want. If you wanted to try something like that, just saying, good.
Yeah, and at the pace that you want to do it, if you want to do it at all, we're your friends, and at the very least, we gonna be in your corner for anything you want to kind of do to kind of rediscover new aspects of yourself.
I never really thought about that. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
You could make your hair like a bunch of different colors, like like purple and blue and or
So I can
you
only
could
do
that
things I've
cool-
seen before, unfortunately.
Well,
Well, here, you see, yeah, I think Seda just kind of like runs up to Yori and just like puts her hair over Yori's hair. Does this help?
I can probably pull pieces of your blue hair and put it on a different face already. It looks great look, Yori. Blue's
Yori,
your color.
Yori, can you uncurl your hair a little bit?
I mean, I can kind of pull it
Yeah, just do that.
like that. Okay. All right. I don't know if we're helping.
I got y'all. Trying to psychically untangle some knots that might have
It's a
formed.
takeover. I'm gonna say, well, it's up to Yori, but I'm gonna say it's a feat that is a DC 50. I think untangling Yori's hair,
Yep. Yeah.
right?
Nat 20 your boss?
Even nat 20 wouldn't be DC 50.
You roll nat 20. You were able to untangle Yori's hair for a minute.
Oh, I thought it was like a tangle between his and Seda's.
No.
But that's
No,
not
I think it's
the
just naturally curly.
case. Oh no. Oh, then in that case, I thought they were still tangled up. So no, never mind.
Did Seda throw all of the clothes onto Prim?
Yeah,
when
100%.
she ran?
Yep.
So Prim's like holding on to 3 of the outfits with like head shoulder situation.
Oh, here, let's take them to Gwen. She has that box she's just started pulling out at random points in random places, and then it disappears. So maybe
Yeah?
she can put them in her box.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You
Jack.
can. Sorry, you can. Yeah, go ahead.
Fucking thanks.
Here you go. Sorry, I was reading this whole time.
I thought you were just
Thanks.
ignoring me.
I mean, I told Petra this was possibly a date.
Oh yeah, you actually went through with that this time.
That was a private conversation.
The
You
sound
and
carries
Prim?
really well in here, so it's kind of.
I think Petra
Yeah.
set it up that way.
What?
There has to be a gossip column he runs.
Oh, if you need a gossip column.
Oh yeah, I love gossip. This is very confusing. This is Seda that says this.
I got that.
I am certain you do.
What, as we are heading into a room full of very important people, what, pray tell, have you heard about the Archduke?
Oh, well, for that information, I feel like I would have to be invited to come along. I think you feel a really sharp kick under the table from Gwen.
I think haven't we just been inviting everybody? Yeah, you could come. We've invited like at least 3 people so far. And
Her mother's
so,
coming
yeah,
with
it's gonna be
me.
fun.
Just gonna put that one out there too.
Oh, so then yeah, it'll be the whole family. That's great.
Please no.
Well, I'd have to be on someone's arm.
Oh, I lost mine.
Inspiration, sir.
Get right the fuck out of here.
Well, I suppose you could go with me.
Great. Comes right up to you and just like kind of like puts. There's a moment of like, and she like kind of puts her arm on through your arm.
We're going to the blacksmith first, and you don't have a dress.
Oh, I have a dress. Do you know who my mother is?
Seamstress.
Yes. Well, so we're going to the blacksmith right now. Did you want to? You just want to
Sword-
hang out until the ball?
Weapon.
Okay.
Weaponsmith.
Weaponsmith.
Going to a weaponsmith?
Yeah.
Do you want to come to the weaponsmith?
Sure,
He's-
I'd love to.
He's
Swear.
a
I was
summer
talking to Prim,
Aladdin.
for
you're
this.
welcome.
Too much. What?
He's a summer Aladdin.
He got
Alright.
cool hair.
Looks like Yori's. Well, I guess Yori's looks like his.
Oh.
It's unique.
Oh, I see it. I see it.
Do you want to come to the weaponsmith, Prim? The armor is right next door too if you wanted to check things out. The Archduke basically gave us clearance to take what we wanted from those shops too, so.
He gave Yori clearance.
He gave me clearance too.
Oh, well, there you go.
Hey, I'm friends with y'all, so I don't know what I can really use at a weapon shop, but yeah, that sounds like a fun little
Who's Hannah?
trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll say Prim's coming.
Yeah.
it's me and Yori will stay here. Are we all going?
I mean, do y'all want to come?
Well,
You should
I don't
Petra
wanna-
go from behind the. Sure.
I don't want to intrude.
You know, I don't know if it's better if we all go or worse, so, yeah, let's all go.
Okay.
Hannah did
Can't
say
go
Prim is
wrong at
staying.
all.
You can see what my arm's gonna look like.
Okay, I'll close
Yeah.
up shop.
Come with me. I have so many more questions for you.
Hannah did say Prim was staying.
Nope.
Oh,
Prim's
did you
going.
get any of my
Prim's
books
coming.
that I was looking
No,
for?
she said, I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
yes. I would like to go to the armor.
Cool.
Okay.
Good, because that's where you guys are going. Great.
Just bring the books I asked for, just like along, and then, yeah, or I'll come back.
We're all going now, to include Petra.
Petra,
Right, yeah.
Seda.
I
Everybody's
blacked out for 2 seconds.
Kara
Come on,
resolved
Prim.
that maybe it's better to have a large group than to just go.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Let me get back to that. Yeah, and we'll say as far as while I'm doing that, so you guys go to run up. I'd say it's about what time did we say it's about?
Clock.
Yeah, so it's kind of probably closer to like 5 now at this point. You you come up. It's a long journey, kind of like going up. You see like Petra actually at a certain point just goes, "This is, wow. This is. I mean, I know my hooves are kind of made for this thing, but
Hey, if you want to turn back, I know you were still looking for those books for Yori.
no, it's fine. I come.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Hey, just out of curiosity, do you have a lot like memory? Can you just like if I asked you, do you have a book on something? Would you be able to be like, yeah, I have that, and then maybe we
Maybe.
could come back later? Good. Elf names. Do they reuse names a lot?
Yeah. I mean, over
you
the
ever-
course of like millions of years, yeah.
Oh, does the name Eleazar ring a bell from anyone in your histories?
Above board, Elisir.
Yes, that one.
No.
Nothing.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Elf names have been around for 1,000,000 years. Canon.
You guys go up to Ara Elor, and he is very much venting his frustration into pounding into some sort of like beginnings of a weapon, and just like kind of like pushes it into this water as you see steam kind of come up, and through the steam you see his face as he's looking.
I'm gonna pry Seda off of me and walk up to him.
Okay.
This is yours. You forgot to take it back in your haste to leave.
Thank you. It's one of my favorites, so yeah, appreciate it. Did you... Looks like you got popular.
I don't think it's me.
Just
I
it
think
isn't.
it's I think it's just they like to travel in packs.
Okay. Well, I'm not really in the place to be chit-chatting. As Seda goes, "Hi, Ara."
Yeah, that's a complication.
Leans into you. What's her name?
Seda, I think. That's what Prim said.
Seda, good to see you. You see Prim, you see Seda kind of lean. He knew my name.
Anyways, we just wanted to return the
super cool.
sword, and Alistair and Yori wanted to say thank you. And those two wanted to check out the armor shop and your stuff too. So, a little shopping.
Yeah. All right. I mean, there's sorry, that sounds voice. There's some stuff here. Just feel free to take a look. And I'm desperately trying to find it above board.
The inventories.
Yeah. It's somewhere. Can't be that far away.
Prim, why do you want to see like the weapons? Like, don't you just use like your feet and your arm and stuff?
Yeah. Also, I just was curious. I mean, before I kind of blacked out, I mean, I kind of wanted to hang out with Kara a little bit just because her and I haven't spent a lot of time together. And this gestures at Seda is making things interesting, and yeah, weapons are
I
cool.
see. Okay, so you won't hear a peep from me. I'll be as quiet as.
That's not possible, Yori. Don't try.
It's like a really loud mouse, I guess.
Yep. Also, brass knuckles.
Oh, that is a kind of, yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of like if you I mean, I have the gauntlet, but then also the arm is basically like just a big metal, fist. So it's or at least it can be. And
That's a really big oversimplification of what we've been doing.
yeah, but it does punchies. So
I mean, sure, but I mean, it's more than just a big old metal fist. Also,
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for Yori, but like we were here and you guys were at the library, and then we went to go meet at the library, and then you guys came here. So I just kind of felt like
Found it finally.
trying to
Kind of
Ditch
went
us.
a big old.
Wasn't
be
I
a little
don't get it.
insulted.
It's a lot of walking.
I?
Especially with the cane.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
Well, I didn't say everyone had to come.
Well, we wanted to come.
Yeah.
And it feels like you've just been running away from us, so we were just gonna chase you.
Yeah.
Or at the very
You
least.
run away, we'll chase you.
Or at the very least, just wanted you to have at least, one of your friends in the group with you.
This got awkward.
Probably
I'm
good.
going-
Probably a good standard procedure after Dare's Wharf.
Buddy system.
Yeah.
Well, I honestly wasn't even thinking about it from like a literal, our physical safety point of view. It was more so, I want us always to know that we're here for each other.
Like a
I
mental
mean-
buddy system.
Yeah, an emotional mental buddy system, an emotional support system, as it were.
Listen, if you guys just came up here to be able to talk outside of other people talking to you, I guess that's fine. I just have work to do, so.
Oh no, I finished some of it.
What?
Well, you had some unfinished stuff, and I finished the kind of what I couldn't. There was stuff I couldn't do anymore with the arm at the time. So and I just really like to work in the forge, and I think I got a little carried away, and I did. There was
Forge
some
was hot.
where it's none of the pieces that looked like really complicated or really like nice. It was just like some simpler stuff that was around, and maybe it was just even pieces, but that you could put. It's I'll go throw them out. I'm sorry. I'll go
to throw them out. You
melt
just
them
keep 'em.
or melt them.
We're not gonna keep them. Who does your enchanting for you? Is it local? Do you?
Cool shrug.
Fuck Evan. I mean, it's just easier to know what you're working with if you know what you're able to put on it. So, anyways, so do you want me to just show you them? Unless you guys are just here to talk, then that's
The
fine.
weapons.
I need
yes.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah. All right.
Just whatever you got. Let's see it.
So he holds up a long sword that I think, Kara, your first instinct is that's a long sword. I'm good. As you see the sort of depiction of this at the very not the hilt of it, but just at the base of the blade, there's this kind of star form that seems to kind of come out and then extends out in rays throughout the blade. But you see it also has a little bit of a curvature towards the end of it. So there's this one, and then there's this one. He takes out a dagger that is the same sort of version of that, but it is a dark blackened steel, and has this kind of opposite sort of effect of it. So it's actually lighter towards the base, and then as he would name them, as they're a pair. Call them Dawn and Dusk, but you can call them whatever you want, I guess.
Do they need to be wielded by the same person?
If they are, it's helpful. Doesn't have to be though.
Could I? I know that they said we are. They kind of gave us. The royal court kind of. Can I trade you for him? I don't want to leave nothing. I don't want to leave you nothing, but I have some interesting blades that I would trade.
What do you mean trade for them?
Give you blades in return for those.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not giving
Barter?
these to you.
Can I trade you for them?
Yeah, maybe. If there's something you have that would be interesting to me, or you could just give me gold for them. You hear Seda just go at that.
How much gold?
For these, 2,000.
I look at Alistair's bag of holding. Because that's where all our gold is, above table, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I gave you 4 platinum earlier.
Oh yeah, you did. Isn't that
No,
only
it's
30
Aura.
gold?
He gave Aura 4 plat earlier.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bacon.
Do you,
Sure. Absolutely, it's quality, absolutely quality work. Um, you're welcome to the 2,000 gold.
You all had just
Why
2,000
Why
gold.
don't we just? We have
Yeah.
like
You guys
How
have so
loaded
much
are
money.
you?
You guys have so
We-
much
we-
money.
We have
we
28
have a
now.
lot. Yeah, I just say in
Well,
my.
we robbed the
I
person
just
who
say out
robbed
loud.
the
We have a
bank.
lot more than that, and tap my head because I know she can do mental link.
Yeah.
Just mentally, the fuck?
Just
How
hear, like, a
much?
loud,
And
like,
in your head, you hear like, we have like 23,000 gold or something. So
And a couple platinum.
Do you base your prices on like is the prices here the same as they would be like on our plane?
no.
You know, like
Right.
it's wouldn't. Is there the same kind of? Who do you trade with?
Trade around. I know what it's worth. That's all you need to know.
I'm sorry. Those blades are really cool. So yeah, I'll get them. But let's go through all of them. I got distracted.
You got it. Cool. Great. Do me a favor. So he like hands them to you. Like, try not to split them up if you can help it.
Absolutely.
Prim.exe has stopped working in the corner.
I think this would be helpful for everybody to just understand. So, the Blade of Dawn is a longsword, but is a finesse weapon, as it's extremely light elven metal.
Well, I can use longswords anyway because of the cleric.
It's not a finesse one.
finesse.
But it's a finesse
magic.
weapon too.
Finesse, so you can sneak attack.
There it is.
Oh, okay. I see.
Dawn smack.
This once per day, it can release a radiant burst, dealing 4d8 radiant damage to all creatures in a 15-foot cone. So that is the Blade of Dawn. The Dagger of Dusk may not, necessarily be useful for Kara at this point, but in this part that this blade absorbs light and grants advantage on dexterity stealth checks while held. Can also cast darkness centered on the wielder once per long rest.
That's huge.
When wielded together, the weapons allow the wielder to cast Shadow Blade at 4th level once per long rest.
What is that? A 3D, 4D, 5D8 attack? It's something like that. Shadow Blade does a lot.
5d8.
At
I
fourth
believe.
level.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Okay, well,
How do they combine?
I'll be honest, that was probably my best weapon, but we have this, and you see like an extremely it is a scimitar, but is extremely like it starts. What's the word? There's a word for this type of weapon, but it actually starts out like with from the hilt kind of extending out forward and then coming back, giving like this kind of like almost crescent moon sort of shape. I call this one the moon pedal.
Like it?
It's a very It's very effective, extremely light. Has some uses in keeping the target focused on you or not being able to be focused on anything.
Man,
That's 1,000. So there's that. This, as he kind of holds this up, he's like looking at Seda. And it's a rapier. This is, I call Winter's Fang. Kind of flips it over, and that kind of shows from the hilt. It's extremely useful if you are extremely well versed with it. It can keep an enemy frozen in place. If you're good with it.
Wow.
I'm not so good as a bowyer, but I've been working on this. And he shows you, I'll do less of his RPs. Shows you a bow that he calls Autumn's Fury. That is the bow itself looks to be just it is wooden, but it has like this adornment of leaves all along it that actually have these like gold flecks to them. I'll just tell you guys straight up, I have no problem doing that. Firing an arrow, the bow can transform the shot into a gale of leaves, creating difficult terrain and 10-foot radius around the target for 1 minute. Also, once per day, the bow can cast Wind Wall.
Is it like a Kopesh?
That's what I was thinking too.
No, it's a bow.
The sword. The sword that
The
has
sword,
the
sword,
weird-
yeah, Kopesh. Yeah,
The
it's a
moon
Kopesh, but
petal.
I think the Kopesh is a little longer than this. I
Yeah,
think,
usually Kopesh starts out straight and then curves up and around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that
I think
crescendo
like
shape.
Kopesh might be considered to be like more like a longsword sort of thing.
Mm.
But yeah, but as far as the shape, yes, essentially, yeah,
And this is that's a scimitar, right? Not like a short sword.
correct.
Okay.
Well, I assume in most instances, people that are able to wield scimitars are able to wield short swords. No,
I can't.
weird.
It's like a
Okay.
martial because it's like a exotic.
Scimitars,
Yeah.
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 They
do
have the same
Scimitars are
damage
just
thing, don't they?
martial.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
That's silly. Okay.
I can do simple and short swords, so that's what I was like.
This
Right.
It'd be cool, but
Is that bow a short bow or a long bow?
Good question. It is a longbow.
Killing me, Aura.
where's Zalani right now?
speaking of that, Io's like, how much for this bow exactly?
I'm not as developed on that, so I don't think I'm probably as good. 800.
I'm actually kind of partial to it. Reminds me a lot of Nene. He loves something like this.
Is that a gerbil?
No,
No,
that's
Nolani's the guy that just walked out. He didn't say.
Oh,
bye.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ow.
You could just ask him.
Even so, well, I know, but obviously I'm not planning on giving it to him anytime soon. But
Like a souvenir.
that magical ability it can cast, that could still be useful if I can learn how to use at least a modicum of it.
I've never seen you use a bow.
I've been before Nene left, I was practicing with the crossbow.
Very different weapons.
Above
I
board,
know.
I am, for the sake of like mechanics, fully down with making that scimitar just be a short sword.
Oh, wait,
Mechanically.
I also just totally realized I had a trait that I can just make a weapon and I can just be proficient with a weapon.
Oh, dope.
Well,
Because
let
monk
me know.
weapon.
Yeah, you have dedicated weapon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't have other dedicated weapons.
There's I'm gonna show this one that maybe no one would grab, but there's this one as he like Alistair, I think you probably thought it was like actually just like a hunk of leftover metal. It's just like hiding behind pieces as you see like he kind of like flips the hilt up over and pulls out a greatsword.
I want it.
Yeah?
Um,
He's still working on that one, Yori.
But no.
No, it's done.
It's
It's done.
Yeah. It's I was gonna ask him if he had anything like really, really big. And
It's heavy.
good.
All right, well, it's.
I mean, it's yeah.
No, I mean if you want it, it's. Well, considering your guys' interest, we'll call it just 1,000. You see on it, there's like a carving of like flame all the way down it.
I mean, if we give you another 1,000, are you going to finish it?
I don't want. I like it like that. I want it. I like it chunky.
Yeah, I guess important for me to say it is finished.
That's more of a hunk of iron than a sword, but dang, I would not want to get hit by that sucker.
Yeah, you see him like even like holding it out to himself. There's that like kind of like you see like all the strain that he has on his muscles words.
Muscle words.
Muscle words.
Oh, what was that? Something fibers. I never.
Yeah. There's these guys, and you see him like he actually is probably holding on to these. He probably would have had these like with him. As he like flips open 2 daggers that are just jet black. Are crafted with obviously the mithril steel, but also a substance called shadow leaf that's able to kind of keep it black and subtle. As these are called Shadowthorn daggers. Each dagger deals 1d6 additional necrotic damage. As a bonus action, the wielder can transport to a location within 60 feet in dim light or darkness once per short rest.
Gotcha.
Kids.
I was gonna ask if
They're yours if
do
you
they
want.
have to be wielded together or can they be wielded separate?
To use this, they have to be together, but you don't
Darn,
have
I was thinking it would be really cute for Alistair and Gwen to each have one.
to. Oh, that would be
Aw.
And then they hold hands and they can use it.
yeah, they can hold hands again. Yeah,
Hands
for
and
sure.
teleport around the battlefield together.
Yes.
Because that's absolutely how it works, is canon.
Right, 100%.
As
yeah.
long as they're holding hands.
I'll tell you what, you guys want to
we'll
spend
make it work.
spend the free action to do that and stay in that position for sure. Absolutely, we'll make it work. That's so silly, and I love it.
If you want the daggers, I'll maybe get me the short sword.
You can nab. You know what, Ara? You seem like a great guy. Here's 10,000 gold. That should cover everything you've given us.
Mm-hmm.
Is there more?
Yeah, there's only one more
I'm sure that all adds up to 10,000 gold.
above board, does it?
It's significantly more by about
Mm-hmm.
2 to
It's-
4.
By 2,000?
So far.
How many weapons have you said? Six?
We're bulk buying.
Yeah, so 2,000 for the Dawn and Dusk. Moon Petal is, I think, 1,000.
1,000.
Oh yeah.
And they've all been 1,000 or less after that.
right. You're right. Yep.
So however many, add one.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So the last one he'll say is just okay. Well, and like this is like when Alistair's saying like
Impossible
we'll give you
cover
10,000. Okay. There's this. I don't know if it's done yet. As he pulls out a whip. This is not my specialty at all. Just trying to work out some stuff with this. It's made from enchanted spider silk. Don't ask me how I got it. It's practically weightless. As you like see him like kind of like tossing it up and down. It can extend up to 30 feet and above board allows the wielder to cast web once per long rest.
Nice.
Nice.
Very useful.
Also, when grappling a creature, the whip deals 1d6 psychic damage at the start of the creature's turn.
Whew.
And that's it. That's his whole stuff. So that is, I think, 6. I took out
That's
one of them.
6 for 1,000 and 1 for 2, so 8,000. So we're paying 2K over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want it? You're overpaying.
Will you help me to finish the arm? And maybe if you know anybody, I mean, you probably don't know anybody who knows like fairy stuff, like a surgeon.
Yeah.
It could just be anybody who can do. It's just gonna we'll have to attach it, and it. I thought somebody.
We're also gonna need some help with some enchanting. Well, just to kind of bind it all together.
Okay.
If we could just borrow some of your time, maybe tomorrow, and consider this a down payment on that.
Looking at Kara. I have no plans. Yeah. Little man, I'm sorry. I don't really know much about like
That
surgically putting a.
that's okay. If you help us with the
Armor.
enchanting, that'd be really great. Also, I really like the stuff that you made, and I kind of want to see you do your. I kind of want to see you work.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was nice to do work myself, but like where I grew up, there was always the sound of metal on metal, and I got to watch some just amazing armor smiths and blacksmiths make. When they really get into it, it makes me feel like they understand how sometimes I see the world, and it's kind of that focus that you just kind of get where everything is kind of singing, and there's I don't know, it's hard to describe, but that's why I like just watching it. It's something that I can't describe in words. It's more than words, because it's anyway.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Carol jumps in. Would you all like to see any of his armor is shit? No.
I mean, kind of what I would just wondered if you branch out more than just doing weapons. I've got some things that I eventually would like to get to work on, and I could definitely use somebody that knows not only the enchanting part of it, but also the various metals and forms. And
You see Cariel's. Well, the thing is, I'm the armor smith here.
see,
Yeah,
usually
but you
just
already
come in-
admitted that you make armor that doesn't work and isn't meant to work.
Well, that was ceremonial armor. You see, Ara kind of gives you a look of like, it's all ceremonial armor.
Your shield bent when I hit him with it.
Well, I wasn't finished with that one, was I?
Well, it was like on the wall as if it was done.
Okay, well, look, this is the way it works in this town. I think the heroes just decided for it, right?
Yes.
Isn't this your side of the shop? Isn't?
It is.
Yeah.
You see Carol just like shrink behind his arm, like the armor stuff is working on. It's disappeared. Okay, cool. Yeah, let's do it. You hear Seda shout out, "Do you want to go to the ceremony with us?" And then looks at Kara and goes, "Sorry, Kara."
It's okay. If he wants to.
Sure. I'll go.
So
Can I insight check him?
You got it.
I'm gonna lean over to Gwen.
Motherfucker.
Does he remind
17.
you of Huxley at all?
I wish I knew what Gwen would do in that situation, but I don't, so I'm not gonna. Yeah. You see her just kind of roll her eyes.
He's not as cute.
17. 17. It's
I'm trying to see if he's intent on causing a scene or if he's just if that's not on his mind. Like, if he's there to confront her, or if he has plans to confront her. That's really all I want to know.
I'll say with a 17, you get a sense of the pause and the saying, sure, why not? He's not exactly sure yet.
Okay. I will look at him and, well, I think Seda wouldn't mind having a +3 to this little grouping.
Oh, sorry, Kara, I was saying that...
Were you?
No. It's just when, you're entering, you're gonna enter as a couple, usually. Not that, just as...
I didn't think you were so strict here in the Feywild, but okay.
You see Ara now at this point is just like, I think he also didn't know that, so it's just like this, like, sort of like, oh.
Was
I'm
I
just
the
trying to
only one who got that
Fluster
memo?
Seda.
Yeah, read the memo, yeah. Yeah. What'd you say, Kara?
I said, I'm just trying to fluster Seda.
Yeah.
She has so much love to give. How far can I push her till she's flustered?
Yeah. Yeah. She is, there is a little bit of like mine sort of thing happening. Yeah. I guess we could figure, I need something to wear. And you see Seda just go, oh, I can help out with that.
I've heard her mother is very good with her hands.
Yeah, Prim said nimble fingers. She's got nimble fingers.
Well, that one bit me in the ass.
Don't worry. We
She
haven't
bit
talked.
you in the ass too?
Probably.
You see, I will say this. You see Seda like kind of like take a moment of like having to figure out and trying to decide and things like that, and then just kind of like, and then goes, and then just kind of bursts, like kind of pushes through everybody and just goes and grabs Ara's arm. Come on. And Ara is just like looking at everyone, but like making specific like eye of Kara, like, what do I find?
You need an outfit.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna try to stop him and nod at his sword and say, did you want that to be closer? As in my rooms in the palace? Or are you going to leave it here?
No, I'd rather not. If you could... Yeah, why don't you look after it for me?
Okay, yeah, I'll hold that for you.
All right. Looks at Yori. Stop fixing my stuff.
Okay, I mean, it's not like I didn't finish it because
He's gone.
I did a good job.
Your work was better than his by far.
Well, I can't do the enchanting thing he does, but like, the quality of it's fine. I'm
Maybe
gonna
he
play
can
with my new
teach you
sword.
tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe I can see what he's doing, and yeah, that'd be really cool. Yeah, I don't really know much about it. Like, I can do some runes and stuff, but I just really want to see him work. I think the designs he made were really cool. Like the different, like, I like the blocky sword and the things he did. It's just, it's putting himself into the blades that he puts out into the world, and it's something that the best kind of metal workers in home would do, so that it like carries their story with them. And whatever. Some people would do a little like signature, like a little, a big for them, but like just either a symbol or maybe like a rune that's like the beginning of their name or something like that, and they put it on the blade somewhere. Sometimes even like, or in the armor, like out of sight. But if you look carefully on some of the some weapons and some armor, you can find like a signature from the person who made it.
Can I study the blades that we like the two blades I specifically got to try to see if there's a marking on both? To like find whatever signature Yori was just talking about.
Yes, you can.
Is that an investigation?
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, holy shit, this is 21.
Okay. I'll say, Alistair, are you helping with this too? Both of you, as you're looking over these weapons, recognize, to very little surprise, that the marking is very similar to what you saw on Sarah's dagger that she had, and it is a depiction of a two like a. I think it's probably a yeah. It is a depiction of what looks to be just a like a small slightly curved leaf. Petra breaks the. So
God, I forgot he was here.
So am I going with someone, or is there? We can figure that out later.
That would be a novel idea.
Io, did you want to take him?
Yeah, works for me.
Great. Are you this, or are you this?
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not, man?
Why don't we just both do this?
Yeah.
You both just do that. It's the most ridiculous looking thing ever.
And then since he's so short, it's more like this.
Yeah, he's significantly shorter than you, so he's like having to do this. Yeah. I think it's perfect.
Hey, works for me, man.
Oh, do you think Seda is gonna have her mom make me something?
Oh, you might want to run after them and go get fitted.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Gwen had something for them.
He gone.
Mirthful leap.
Mirthful leap, 100%, all the way down.
So we should go get ready now?
I guess our dates will meet us there.
You have two.
I am aware of this fact. We need to get back to the room and talk.
We do. There was a lot of awkwardness between y'all and that Aura guy. Well, you and that Aura guy in particular.
I don't know if we necessarily want to push that.
Oh, I pushed it over the cliff.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. To the room.
I found my date, and I pick up the giant sword with my one arm.
That's
Fuck yes. So
great
good.
sword.
It's
a great sword.
Yep, it's a great sword.
Great sword.
Man, kid, you got guts.
As you okay.
Come on,
this conversation starts to fade out as the camera stays where it is at the Elven Forge, with the trees kind of like moving in the background as you can hear the voice of UA trail away. And with that, we'll end tonight's session. See you guys next week.